The Morning Invasion.
All right, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Invasion. It is my privilege to introduce to you your hosts, Dex and Steve-O.
Time for the sharing and the caring to begin.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Wake up!
Wake up!
Starting in the morning invasion is like a cup of coffee. My morning pick-me-up. Woo!
Good morning!
Oh, good morning, everybody. It's Friday. It's here. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. What's everybody doing? How you feeling?
What is happening on Facebook?
It's Filter Fridays, man.
Oh, gosh, I forgot.
Fun Filter Fridays. Go to Star 88 FM, and
Oh, my gosh.
we got some pretty sweet filters happening. There's a shark throwing out hearts, and Steve-O's wearing some weird...
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wait. Oh! It's pretty cool. What's your favorite filter on Facebook? Let us know. We'll throw it on. Oh, man. It is the weekend, guys. How are you doing, man? You doing all right? You feeling any better? I mean, is it getting worse? Same
Are you
or
talking
better?
to me?
Yeah, you.
Well, I decided to do drugs at work today, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, let's rephrase that. Let's rewind here. And what do you mean by that?
Well, I was in a car accident last week, and I've never felt worse. So, but it hasn't helped me, focus, do the show. So today I was like, I gotta just take a bunch of ibuprofen and try and let this.
Okay.
You took
ibuprofen.
Roll.
You took some iBooze.
Yeah, I took some drugs, man.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You gotta clarify
Ibuprofen
that.
is still drugs.
It
I don't
is.
like taking
No, it's
anything,
true.
man.
It's true. It is.
So,
Gotta be careful.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, man. There's I feel like something out there is trying to take down our lives.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, the Bible clearly says we're not the fight isn't against flesh and blood, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, guys.
It's been a crazy few weeks, that's for sure.
So I get a call. My dad, he had a kind of a scary call like a few days ago. He had colitis, so it's something with your intestines.
Yeah.
And seemed like it was somewhat taken care of, Yeah. And it was yesterday morning. He went to the bathroom and there was just blood everywhere and in his stool, and he was lightheaded, and
He was on a stool?
He was on a stool, and he felt lightheaded, and so they rushed him over to Bozeman to the hospital, and found out that he was bleeding internally, and so they thought that they might. I guess they thought that they might have gotten it, or maybe they just couldn't figure it out. But well, a little while later, he ended up, I guess, almost dying. Well, I guess he died. Like his heart stopped. He stopped breathing, and they brought him back, and he's okay. They think they stopped the bleeding, but they're not 100% sure because they thought they were sure before.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, I need prayer for my dad, my family, because one of the scariest moments of my life last night. My brother calls me up, and the first words out of his mouth are, "Joe, Dad died."
I'm only laughing because I know the rest of the story.
So you hear Dad died, and that feeling where your gut and your heart just sink to your toes, and you're just, you can't move.
Yeah.
That's what happened. His next sentence was, "But they brought him back."
Gosh,
What?
somebody has to talk to your brother about the way he gives news.
Dad died, but they brought him back. What? gosh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I haven't had a chance to talk to my dad at all, but I guess he talked to him, and he asked him if he saw a white light. And my dad said, yeah, now that you mention it, I did see a white light.
Oh, my gosh.
My dad, he is a character. I don't know. So pray for my dad. Pray for healing. Pray that he would, the doctors would figure out what's going on. And, he's breaking down, man. My dad, I don't know. He needs to sign up for the new technology where they take his brain and put it in another body.
That's not real technology.
Or take his head or something.
No.
Yeah, there's some guy in Russia that's doing it. I think that he could probably jump on that list. My dad's a young 75, he's...
Yeah.
Oh, men in my family usually die in their 80s. So, Dad, it's not time yet. Come on.
You got at least 4 more years.
You just retired, man. You just retired. Relax. Gosh.
I'm never going to retire. That's usually the stories, bro.
Right?
You retire, life's chill. Maybe you're so bored you got nothing else going on. I hate filter Fridays. We're going to do this show till we die.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's true. I mean, a lot of people, that's when they die, is after they retire.
Yeah.
They lose, like, what's your purpose after you retire? What are you going to do? I don't know. I hope I die on the radio. That's my goal in life. I hope I just have a heart attack right on the air live. I don't think that's ever happened.
Gosh. So morbid.
Mm-hmm. Well, good morning, everybody.
That's right. It is Funeral Home Fridays, and we're excited for this day, dearly beloved.
Okay, you know what? That just doesn't seem right.
No!
My dad died last night.
But he didn't die, though.
Yeah, but he did, and he came back.
He's not dead.
He came back. Just doesn't feel right to play the funeral music.
That to me is wedding music. That's not even...
That's funeral music. Wedding music?
Yeah.
Because it's on an organ?
Yeah.
Just reminds me of church.
Music, yeah.
Reminds me of church.
I don't know.
That was like a typical Sunday morning at Assemblies of God Church in Ennis, Montana. Ugh.
Yeah.
505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show if you'd like to communicate with us. You want to contribute to the show. You want to say something. You can also call in. Phone lines open at 505-338-3700. And we're on Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. And we're on YouTube. Good morning, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Go search.
I promise we're going to pick it up. We'll pick it up.
No, man. We're going to talk about death this morning.
No, we're not.
All I did was I kept waking up every 10 minutes last night just waiting for a text message or... Oh, that's the worst. But apparently my dad has a colonoscopy at noon today. So, yeah, pray for my family, guys. Pray for the Jeter family. Just pray for Star 88, okay?
Right. When
big things start happening, that's when, man, we're seeing a lot of craziness happen. So... Man, we got a big show today. Sam Swan will be on with us. One of the coolest men in all the land, Sam Swan. We got slow motion theater this morning. We're bringing it back, guys. We haven't done that in a while. We slow the show down, and it's pretty funny. We got the top 10 signs of adulting. We'll find out if we're actually adults. I'd like to know. And, yeah, that's anything on your table. I also got a letter. Somebody wrote into the show, so we got a letter to tackle sometime this morning. Conor McGregor, that's a big thing we're going to talk about coming up. I don't know if you guys saw that news, but Conor McGregor, he and a bunch of his thug friends, they caused some chaos at the Barclays Center yesterday. That's where the UFC is holding its media day.
Yep.
For tomorrow night's UFC 223. And I guess a bunch of fighters were on a bus. They were loading up on a bus, and they were just pulling out. And Conor and his posse, his entourage, they started throwing chairs, anything they could find at the bus.
Yeah, dude.
And it broke the window, and glass was flying everywhere. Injured 3 fighters, so they canceled 3 fights.
He threw a hand truck through the window.
A hand truck. Unbelievable.
You know why he did it? Because he was stripped of his belt. They mentioned that he was going to be stripped of his belt, and he had a pretty nasty tweet saying, no, you're not going to take my belt. So then Dana White announces that Conor, yes, is losing the belt, and he lost his mind. He was in Ireland when Dana says this, jumps on a private jet from Ireland to Brooklyn, where the fight's taking place, and pulls this.
Yeah, I didn't know that's why he did it. I thought he just had some some beef.
Nope. Dude, Khabib, who is fighting, so if you don't follow the UFC, listen. Conor McGregor, arguably the biggest athlete in the world right now. What did he beat Ronaldo this last year, right? For
was it
for
Ronaldo?
like most? I mean, he made stupid amounts of money this last year.
Yeah.
Love him or hate him, he's one of the biggest stars in the world, and he holds 2 belts, or at least he did. One of them being the lightweight championship belt in the UFC, and they had given an interim belt to Tony Ferguson. Well, Tony Ferguson was supposed to fight this dude named Khabib Nurmagomedov on Saturday, and they announced that this would no longer be for the interim belt, that after Tony got injured, Max Holloway's coming in, they said, you know what? We're done waiting because he hasn't fought since 2016. We're stripping Conor of the belt. Tony Ferguson isn't being stripped because he was just the interim. He will still be the #1 contender, but, quote, the one losing the belt here is Conor. Conor is losing his belt. These 2 are fighting for the belt. The interim belt that he had, these 2 are supposed to fight. That doesn't happen. One of these guys will be the champion, and Tony is still the #1 contender.
So him and 20 of his thuggy friends jumped on his private
jet from Ireland,
and then just started freaking out.
Yeah.
And by the way, I guess 2 of the UFC fighters were injured by flying glass, but the third fight was canceled because one of the participants was part of Conor's entourage.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he had a fight. So I guess it's very WWE. It's very thuggy because Lobov, whatever his name is, was part of Conor's entourage. He was supposed to be in a fight tomorrow night on the pay-per-view, and he got into a scuffle with Khabib's guys like a week ago or something in a gym or something. I don't even remember. It's so stupid. And so
see, that's what I thought.
Like that.
Yeah, I thought that's why he did what he did.
So then, yeah, like I said, Conor tweets from Ireland something I can't even quote because it's so vulgar about how, you'll not strip me of anything. And then he uses a pretty derogatory term for the UFC and Dana and everybody who's trying to strip him of the belt. They officially announced it that, we're taking his belt. And he went on a rampage. I mean, not like a chain around his neck and like looking all thug.
No, he just started throwing whatever he could find at the bus, and it was knocking the windows out, glass flying everywhere.
Which everybody knows I've always said I was the biggest Conor fan, but I'm with Dana White on this one. He said, you can imagine he's going to be sued beyond belief. This was a really bad career move. Ooh, you actually have the audio.
Yeah, I
wasn't sure if we could air it.
I saw Dana White go live yesterday, and I was like, oh, man, I'm totally going to record this.
And how about your professional relationship with Conor?
Not good. I think that after this disgusting, despicable move, I think everybody's relationship with Conor is going to be not so great. You know, he attacked a bus. Listen, he's got some beef with Khabib because of the Artem thing that went down. You don't come into Barclays Center, attack people that are in a bus who are fighting the next day. And the worst part is the women that were on the bus. They're fighters. Rose is a fighter and Carolina are fighters, but these goons are throwing bike racks and chairs and things like that through the windows of the bus and didn't care who they hit or who they hurt. We're disgusted with him right now. Completely disgusted. I don't know if he's on drugs or what his deal is, but to come and do this and act like this, and you're talking about a guy who has a baby. He just had a kid. This is how you're acting? You have a son at home. Anyway.
That's Dana White, president of the UFC.
Yeah.
The big man in charge. My opinion?
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen.
See,
he's probably going to get
disagree.
fined. He'll probably settle and pay those people on the bus a ton of money, and then we'll see a giant fight in the near future.
Against him and Khabib?
Mm-hmm.
Khabib had some pretty chilling words for him. So if you guys don't know, I mean, Khabib is one of the scariest fighters in the world. I think he's going to dismantle Holloway on Saturday.
Yeah.
I really do. He's terrifying.
Is he Russian?
No.
What is he? Yeah, because he is a
Now you're gonna make
really
me-
scary guy.
Yeah. Because remember, he wears the shepherd's hat that he wears. Oh, yeah, Russia.
He's Russian?
There you go.
Yeah, see, you don't mess
But I'm
with
like,
Russians. That's a
he's
different
from-
type of person.
He's from somewhere, like, I don't know.
Yeah, and in the bus in the video, I mean, I don't know if it was him or who it was in the bus, but they were basically saying they were going to find him and they were going to kill him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Khabib said something else entirely. He just laughed about it. He said, I am laughing inside. You broke window. Why? Come inside. If you're a real gangster, why don't you come inside the bus?
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
This is a big history gangster place, Brooklyn. You want to talk to me? Send me your location. I'm going to come to you. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when you show up with 20 of your friends like that, it just doesn't...
And you just start breaking the windows of
That's
people
the
inside the bus.
worst way you
Yeah.
can handle a situation like that.
It's
a
terrible.
coward way. It's just...
I'm sorry, are you eating pizza on
What?
Facebook?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah! Okay.
It's all mine, bro. Filter Fridays,
I
by the way.
hate Filter Fridays,
You love
guys.
them.
Okay.
You love Filter Fridays.
Hate Filter Fridays.
All right, there you go. Conor McGregor.
Dang it, dude. So you and me are on the opposite ends of the spectrum with this because I don't think he's just going to get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
This morning, he turned himself into the authorities.
He's probably already released, I would imagine.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Come on. Gonna post bail right away. And he's going to have to hang out in New York. And, yeah. I don't think anything's going to happen. Look at John Jones. Look at that situation.
Nah, man. Totally different in my opinion.
What? John Jones hit a pregnant woman. Almost killed a pregnant woman.
Almost killed a pregnant woman. I
Yeah.
think you're exaggerating.
Are you
just
kidding?
A touch.
Are you kidding me? He ran a red light, smashed T-boned a woman who's pregnant, and he still was welcomed back into the UFC.
That's true.
All was
You know what?
forgiven, and we
Touche.
all forgave him, and we
Touche.
gave him another chance.
Touche.
And then we gave him another chance.
Touche.
And you know what? We'll give him another chance.
You know what? I completely changed my mind. You're absolutely right.
Like Connor throwing, I get they were
A
some pretty big
guardrail into the
objects.
bus?
Yeah. Yeah. That's bad. And you know what? Some people got injured, but they're fine. It's not life-threatening
what?
injuries.
You're right.
He's fine.
You're right.
He's the biggest cash cow
I'm
in
gonna buy
UFC
my Connor
history.
T-shirt right now.
Okay.
No.
Yep. You watch, guys. You watch. Because Dana, I don't think, in all the interviews I saw, Dana never said that he was done.
Yeah, he did.
Like he was completely like he'll never be back in the UFC. He never said anything like that.
He said he doesn't want to work with him ever again.
Well, but that's how he feels right now.
But he said,
They
you're
said
right.
that about John Jones.
And he said, you can imagine he's going to be sued beyond belief. Really bad career move for him right now. No. I mean, do you want to be in business with Conor McGregor right now?
No.
Do you want to chase this guy around for interviews and buy his fights? Do you? I don't think anybody is going to right now.
Yeah, right now.
I think everybody's going to be pretty disgusted with Conor McGregor right now.
Yeah, right now. And tomorrow, totally be singing Conor's praises.
What makes me mad is he's like, look, you don't like Khabib? You don't like what's happening? Whatever. Fight Khabib. Come in here and do it legally. Fight's happening on Saturday. We could have talked and made the Khabib fight right away. You can do whatever you want to Khabib within the limits of the rules of fighting, but you want to grab 30 of your friends and come down here and do what you did today? It's disgusting. And I don't think anybody is going to be a huge Conor McGregor fan after this. I agree. I was a huge fan. I liked his antics. I thought he sold pay-per-views well.
You said the same thing about John Jones.
I love John Jones.
You do.
I do.
See? And that's my whole point is
That's different.
we forgive and we forget. We move on. As Christians, that's what we do. We move on.
Man, but John came back like with humility and was like, look, I made a mistake. He's owning it. I feel like Conor's going to try and justify all of his actions.
Maybe.
There's a huge difference to me.
I don't know.
Love you, John.
Who knows?
Ah!
Who knows?
So mad right now. Right now.
Yeah, see? Right now. Right now? No. Tomorrow? Okay, talk to me then. Let me cool down a little bit. All right, we're done talking about UFC. For now. 505-585-LIVE.
I want a triple threat match between Khabib, Conor, and Max Holloway at the same time. That's what's happening. They just build it. Triple threat match. Winner gets both belts.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know. If you guys took us as, we're not judging John Jones. Somebody on Facebook, I don't know if you're talking to us. It was more of where I was trying to make a point about how we forgave John Jones. And that's what we should do. But yeah, he messed up multiple times.
Right. That's the point you were making.
Dana White wanted him to come back. Not at that moment. He was done. But
I love that. And we call ourselves Christians? I mean, we could go on a rant about how Scripture talks about that, judging the fruit of others.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's all you were doing, literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We got to take a quick break. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We will do some Hollywood hits. It's the box office. Find out what is coming out this weekend. Make our predictions.
By the way, yes, we do call ourselves Christians, Lenore. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll be right back. Hang out.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Laurie.
It's not that we just give Jesus a place. Lord, here's your little spot, this little closet, that's yours. You can live there and come out on Sundays and we'll talk a little bit. You're back in the closet. The rest of this house is mine. You're our honored guest, Lord. We honor you. He doesn't want to be your honored guest. He wants to be a permanent resident. Newsflash, he wants the title deed. Newsflash, he wants the master key. He is master. He is Lord. He's the boss man, not the honored guest. So that's what Paul is saying. My prayer is that you will get this, that Christ will settle down and finally be at home in your heart. You think that is the description of your heart right now?
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. Here's a solar flare from J. Vernon McGee. What is your ambition in life today? Is it to get rich? Is it to make a name for yourself? Is it even to do some wonderful thing for God? The highest desire that can possess any human heart is a longing to see God. Star 88.
It seems like you and me, we keep losing connection. It's always over my head. Yeah, over my head. Yeah, it's so over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late? Too far gone to fix this? Over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head. So tell me all the things that you are thinking. Tell me what it is that I am missing. Don't want this to slip out through our heads. Don't want this to go over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late? Too far gone to fix this? Over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late? Too far gone to fix this? Over my head, 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 over my
Louis Giglio challenges us to conquer giants in this PowerPoint.
What's going to keep us from being a follower is ourself. It's not going to be circumstances. It's not going to be situations. It's going to be us. Jesus said the hurdle you've got to get over is, number one, you've got to deny yourself. You got to realize your giant is the guy in the mirror. That doesn't mean that you're not loved of God. You're not valuable. You're not amazing. You're not prized. You're not sought after. It means you are flawed and you have a disease called sin, and it makes you want to exalt yourself to a place higher than God ever intended, and to think in a way higher than God ever intended. And exalting ourselves and thinking like that will cause us to miss out on the freedom and the life that comes with following Jesus. Self-power keeps us from the freedom of Jesus. Self-doubt, self-confidence even, like I can do it, I can handle it, I can manage it, I can run it, I can figure it out on my own.
That's a PowerPoint with Louis Giglio on Star 88.
What's going on in the news today?
President Trump revealed the size of the National Guard force that he wants along the Mexico border, between 2,000 and 4,000 troops, and he wants many to stay until his wall is built.
Now to the deadly police shooting here in New York City. Police opening fire when they mistook the metal pipe he was holding for a weapon, pointing it at officers with both hands.
Meet Matt Parziali. He's a full-time firefighter. This week, living a dream.
I've always wanted to play golf at the highest level possible.
Qualifying for this year's Masters.
I understand you're taking some under-the-radar meetings to possibly run for president.
Trump speaking publicly for the first time about the scandal involving Stormy Daniels.
The president claimed he didn't know about the payment or where the cash came from.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios, Dex and Steve-O. Good morning. Morning, Britt Romney. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Britt Romney. Sorry, those are the only three people I could see.
Kevin, Landon, Jake Chesney.
Jake Chesney? I love that. That's the best. Morning, YouTube. We're live on both Facebook and YouTube. Where are we at, man, as far as subscribers on YouTube? We're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the week, and it's the end of the week. So
it is the end of the week,
where
guys.
I'm imagining we probably need like 60 more.
69, dudes.
Really?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Wow. Okay. Get there. Subscribe to our channel. We want to reach 1,000, so share it with your friends.
That's right.
Make it happen, guys. It's Filter Fridays.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
That was from last week's #1 movie at the box office. Am I right?
That's right, everybody. It's time for Hollywood Hits.
Good morning.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Hollywood Hits. Hit Us Friday. I can't believe it. It seems like it was just yesterday. We were talking about Ready Player One.
Woo!
Yeah, thanks, Goat. Doing big things at the box office. And Friday, today, we got a new round of Hollywood Hits where we tell you what's coming out at the movie theater and then try and correctly predict what the box office is going to look like on Monday. Steve-O here. I've got 197 wins, 4 losses, 0
That's a lie,
ties.
guys. That's a lie.
The guy to my left, his name is Poop Face Tote.
Okay, that's a lie.
He's
It's not
got
my
4
name.
wins,
Not my name.
192 losses.
Oh, I won like 5 in a row. You won last week.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a while since you won.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Unbelievable.
This one's going to be tough.
You think? Think it's
hate
going to
it.
be tough?
Hate the filter. I do. First up, we've got A Quiet Place. Starring John Krasinski. He directed it. It's a horror thriller about an invasion where most of humanity has been wiped out by blind alien creatures that can only hunt by sound.
Let's watch the trailer.
In theaters now. A Quiet Place.
Quiet.
Shh. I'm being as quiet as I can. You shush.
Shut up.
You shut up. I'll come over there in a second when I'm done with this.
Wow.
That does it. A Quiet Place. Now showing. I'm going to teach you a lesson, Mr. Shutty Up here.
Was that even the trailer?
That's Conor McGregor.
Oh, gosh.
Conor McGregor, that's his trailer for A Quiet Place. To survive, he and his family are forced to live in silence with a complex lighting system to help them communicate when they're not close enough to each other to use sign language. Emily Blunt is his pregnant wife, and their deaf daughter is played by Millicent Simmons from last year's movie, Wonderstruck.
Okay. You know what? This sounds...
Emily Blunt's also his real-life wife.
Okay.
Number 2, John Cena!
Terrible actor. Nope.
Oh, really? Daddy's Home.
Yeah, he was terrible in Daddy's Home.
I don't like you.
He was... You're
I'm not
telling
listening to you anymore.
You're telling me he was good in Daddy's
I
Home?
love John Cena.
He's a horrible actor.
I love John Cena. John Cena can do no wrong until this one. Blockers, rated R. It's a raunchy comedy starring John Cena, Leslie Mann, and Ike Barinholtz. Their parents desperately trying to stop their daughters from, doing really stupid things on prom night.
Yeah. Yeah, we got you. Yep. Next.
Little wink, wink.
Next.
Number 3, The Miracle Season, and it's PG, guys.
Ooh, what is this one?
Helen Hunt is in a movie. Helen Hunt plays the coach of a high school volleyball team that loses their star player when the girl is killed in an accident. It's actually based on a true story of how the rest of the team rallied and fought their way back to win the state championship in her honor. Spoiler alert! Now I don't need to see the movie.
Yeah, you do. I saw the trailer to this. It looks really good. Everybody loves that comeback story.
Okay. William Hurt plays the grieving father. Danica Yarish from Heroes Reborn is the girl who dies. Erin Moriarty from Red Widow is her best friend who takes over as the new team captain. That sounds really, really sad.
It does.
So here's the deal, my bro. Number 1 at the box office last week was Ready Player One, which crushed.
I think we can agree it's going to be number 1 again, right? Do you think? Because I think that's going to be number 1.
Do we?
It's up to you.
Here's the deal, bro. There's a movie in theaters. Oh, there's also that Ted Kennedy movie that nobody cares about coming out, by the way.
Okay.
It's called Chappaquiddick. Chappaquiddick. It's about Harry Potter. Harry Potter and that crazy game they play, Quidditch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chappaquiddick.
That's not going to make it.
It looked interesting, though.
Really?
Yeah, Ted Kennedy, dude.
Okay, well.
He didn't call for help right away because he'd been drinking.
Yeah, it's not going to be number 1.
It's crazy.
It's
It's like the woman who drowned in July of '69. It was the summer of '69, bro.
What do you think? Can we agree Ready Player One will be number 1? Or are you going to...
Here's the thing. long ago, us and the Starmy went and saw Star Wars together. And before Star Wars, I believe it was Star Wars, there was a trailer for A Quiet Place. And my boys have been talking about that ever since.
Really?
It's rated PG-13. It's not rated R. It's a thriller, so it's not necessarily a horror film. It stars John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, and it looks incredible.
Okay, is that what you're going to pick? Pick it, man. Follow your gut. Come on, you're good at this game. Come on, man.
What do you think's going to be number one?
Ready Player One.
You flat out think, period, the
Yes.
end, it's going to be number one at the box office.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Rampage comes out next week, Kim, by the way. We have a sneak for that on Monday.
I need an answer, Steve.
I'm going to Quiet Place. That's right.
Number one?
Number one at the box office this weekend, I believe,
Wow.
will be A Quiet Place.
You're wrong. It'll be Ready Player
Followed
One.
very closely by Ready Player One.
Okay. We'll find out. We'll find out on Monday. Yep.
Britt Romney wants us to give a shout out to Seth because tomorrow's his birthday, but that's tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Nobody has time, okay?
Happy birthday, Seth.
No, I just said nobody has time!
Sorry.
Gosh. Can't believe he's finally going to be 21.
Wow.
That's cool, man. Although, since Britt Romney is his wife and she gets like a birthday month,
yeah, but
I feel like
that's the wives
he
always get that.
deserves at least like a birthday weekend.
The wives always get that.
And he's a really, really, really good dude. So
Okay.
I was right last week with Tyler Perry's acrimony and everybody made fun of me.
Stop it.
I'm saying
You're wrong this week, sir.
A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Oh,
We need a
no
different
way! Next.
Moving on. Steven Spielberg made some comments this week that some people were uncomfortable with. He's currently on top of the world with his latest movie, Ready Player One. But then he reminded us how even he can say some of the stupidest things. Harrison Ford is turning 76 this year, and Steven Spielberg admits that the upcoming fifth Indiana Jones movie is probably going to be Harrison's last film. It doesn't begin filming until next year. It won't come out until July of 2020, just days before Harrison Ford's 78th birthday.
78? 78?
Yeah, dude. Woo! But Steven Spielberg does expect the franchise continue. And even though it might upset some fans...
Talk to me.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Move over, Indiana Jones. We've got Indiana Joan.
Indiana Joan?
Indiana Joan.
A girl version of Indy?
We'd have to change the name from Jones to Joan, and there'd be nothing wrong with that. He'd like to see the character take on a different form, as in a female form.
Huh.
No!
So...
Yeah, we already saw that movie. It's called Tomb Raider.
I would like to see how they would transition into that. With daughter, maybe, that he didn't know about, but they kind of did that in the last one with the son.
I don't even want to give this weight.
Maybe a love
Of
interest.
course, I have to give it weight because Steven Spielberg said it. And since it's his franchise and he's the one doing it...
Wait, you got a problem with a woman?
Yes.
What? Really?
Yes.
You
Go
have
ahead,
a problem
call me
with
sexist.
a woman taking over as...
Indiana Jones? Yes, I do.
Yeah, but he's old, bro.
We also don't want Jane Bond either, okay?
Think of Tomb Raider. How awesome and epic Tomb Raider is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They should get that chick.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. I love Lara Croft. Tomb Raider? Yes.
She's basically Indiana Jones.
Right. That's what I'm saying, which is why we don't need another one.
Sure we do. I'm okay with it. As the feminist of this show, I'm okay with it.
Oh, gosh.
And there's a lot of amazing women out there that would be great in that role. And I think, Steve-O, you're ridiculous.
No, but why do we have to do that? We already have Tomb
Because
Raider.
it'll be fun. It'll inspire
why
a
can't
lot
we
of
have Indiana
a
Jones
lot of
and then come up with
girls.
a new franchise
It'll
with a girl
inspire.
that's awesome?
It'll inspire. That's what we need. We need more of that.
I don't
Why
have a
not?
problem with amazing female-led driven movies. Are you kidding me? Wonder Woman was on my top list of 2017.
But it doesn't sound like they're redoing them as, a female Indiana
That's what I'm
Jones.
saying. They're going to have her take over.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
But do we need that? Why can't we just come up with an original idea with a female-led character?
You're welcome, Diana. I got your back.
Oh, gosh.
It's time to pass the torch to Joan.
I will not see Indiana
Jones.
I will not see Jane Bond. Sorry. Not going to happen.
Okay.
Besides, Jane Bond wouldn't translate well because James is a little promiscuous. And it'd just be like, I don't like this. It seems really
What are you saying? Women can't be
Moochie.
promiscuous?
I mean,
What are you saying
they
now?
can, but sadly in our culture, it's like, oh, right on, guy, way to go after that. And then the girls would be like, no, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. She's hooking up with him and him and him.
Wow, man.
Just saying, guys.
I don't like how you're talking about females.
Oh my gosh.
You're basically telling all of us that they can't do something.
I never said that.
Yes. Yes, you did.
No, I'm saying let's get new roles. Let's come up with new ones. Like, check it out. We didn't need Jane Bond. We got Atomic Blonde.
But you were okay with a new female Tomb Raider? Angelina Jolie was just fine. Why were you okay with that?
Because it was always a female character.
No, my whole point, you're missing my whole point, is you're okay with certain things, but you're not okay with this because Indiana Jones is one of your favorite things ever.
What I'm saying is,
you don't want
why
it
do you have
touched.
to try and redo characters as females when we can just create new characters? You know what I did love? Maybe this is the way they'll do it, and I'll see it. I really liked the new Ghostbusters, remember? Oh, wait, feminist?
No,
you
no.
don't like the new Ghostbusters?
That was a terrible movie. It had nothing to do with them being females, and I never ever said it was bad because they were
you're telling
females.
me females can be promiscuous and archaeologists, but they can't be Ghostbusters.
I never said that they couldn't, but they were. It was a terrible movie. It has nothing to do with the
You
fact
don't
they
like
were
it now,
females.
huh? When
It
it
was
turns
the
on you?
writing was
Oh, so-
terrible.
Oh,
you're doing a bad job. That's
the
a terrible.
women. The writers were women, so you don't like women writers?
You know, that's a terrible point.
It is a terrible point. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay.
Women can write and act as well.
Of course they can, and I did say that. I just said that for that movie was a terrible movie in my opinion. It had nothing to do with them being females at all. You can't turn this on me. You made yourself look bad.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You were mad because Indiana Jones is going to take over.
So dumb.
But if it was, you know what, we talked about a guy taking over the Indiana franchise, and you were okay with that.
Sure. What? Well, are they going to keep it the same character? That's my question. How are they going to do this? They can't make it his daughter. Besides, we already saw that.
Why? He can't have a daughter? He can't have a daughter now?
No, he can't.
Why?
Because he's like 90, and he doesn't. The only kid he has is Mutt, and I'm pretty sure they're going to write him out of it.
He was pretty promiscuous as well. So he could have more than one kid out there.
Yeah.
Just saying. Good morning, Stormy.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Brett.
Oh, man.
Hi, Brett.
Hi.
What are you doing?
What do you think? What do you think about this? Do you feel like Steve-O is all right.
Okay, I'll get you the use.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
girl.
All right. Bye, Brett.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, it's Britt.
I love Britt Romney.
Leader of the Facebooks.
Hopefully I helped with Jewel, who thought that they actually totally recast James Bond. That was a lie. That was a lie.
That was a lie. All right. Hopefully we're back up on YouTube.
We're back, guys.
We're good, guys.
We're good.
It's all right.
It's my fault. It's my fault, really.
All right. When did so are they filming the new Indiana Jones right now? Is that happening?
No, it's not. Doesn't begin filming until next year. Do you listen to my
Wow, I
songs?
forgot. Can't
Begins
remember.
filming next year. It's going to release July of 2020.
2020. Man, jeez, he could be dead by then.
Stop it.
He's 78 years old. All right, we got to take a break. Hey, if you guys could pray for my dad. My dad, he almost went into the light last night. And I'm being serious. He got rushed to the hospital. I guess he had some internal bleeding going on, and they couldn't figure out how to get it stopped. And he actually had to stop breathing. His heart stopped, and they had to bring him back. So he's alive, and he's doing better, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's got a colonoscopy, I guess, today at noon. So if you guys could pray for my dad, pray for my family, just pray for protection and healing, that everything would go good. Pray for the doctors. I'd appreciate it. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. You guys can go watch the show. You can text in 505-585-LIVE. We have Slow Motion Theater coming up. We have Sam Swan joining us at 8 o'clock. We have a letter. It's Friday, guys. We'll be right back from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
You are my strong tower.
Cutlass in concert. Cutlass at Inn of the Mountain Gods on Friday, May 11th. Dove award-winning band Cutlass. Information and tickets are available at inofthemountaingods.com.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Minors must be accompanied by an adult. Inn of the Mountain Gods supports Star 88. I'm Daniel, and it's time to get in the techno. If you've always wanted to visit Walt Disney World in Orlando or Disneyland in California, but don't care for long lines, thousands of people, humid weather, and taking out a second and third mortgage, Google is bringing 11 Disney parks to Google Maps Street View. That's going to allow you to virtually visit the Mouse's Kingdom from your recliner while you pound down some KFC. There's many parks to choose from, including Epcot and Magic Kingdom, Guardians of the Galaxy, Typhoon Lagoon, California Adventure, and Hollywood Studios. And you can actually wander around them and look at all the attractions. Of course, you can't actually go on the rides, but you can probably find some videos on YouTube if you search. It's not all bad. The Street View version of Disney parks could come in useful if you're a particularly meticulous trip planner or just bored and want to check things out before selling your kidney to pay for a trip. I'm Daniel, and now you're in the techno on Star 88.
Coming up this week on A Daily Walk.
This would be the most joyful time of the service, giving. No, sometimes it isn't. Oh, man, here they come again. Oh, my goodness. Just look like I'm praying. Yes, Lord. Oh, let me just pray. His hand. It's not hilarious. But it should be. God loves a cheerful giver.
Catch A Daily Walk with Pastor John Randall weekdays on this station.
Sundays at 8:30 on the Mission Briefing. A soundtrack for your soul. This is Star 88 on KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Star88.fm.
Stand up, let's have a conversation. Give me
Listen, are you receiving my signal? Zero distortion, sir.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Someone in Japan went viral last month after they used sandpaper to make a ball of aluminum foil perfectly round and smooth. Now a bunch of idiots online have fallen for a prank that says, man, you know how you do this? Put a ball of tin foil in the microwave.
You know, I saw this and I thought to myself, we need to try this on the air. So I got a ball of foil.
What?
Okay, we're going to stick it in the microwave.
No, dude, this was an April Fool's
Now,
prank.
I want to see if it actually works.
He says if
and
you
it
tried
becomes
this,
this
you
metal
put
ball.
a tight ball of
Nope.
tinfoil in the
Put it
microwave for a
on-
few minutes. It
what do you
turns
think,
into a
3
real
minutes?
ball.
All right, 3 minutes?
It doesn't. That's not
Here we
real.
go.
No, guys,
Here we
this
go.
isn't actually real.
You know what?
No, don't
stop
ever.
wasting-
No,
God.
don't put tinfoil in the microwave.
I can't.
It's gonna go back.
can't
Open
turn
the
it
door.
off.
It's
Turn
stuck.
it off
The door
right
is
now.
stuck. Oh my. And scene. And that, my friends, is why you never, ever put tinfoil in the microwave.
Just teaching you guys.
Good morning.
The Morning Invasion
More of a complete breakfast. You're stupid.
with Dex and Steve-O.
They've torn us apart. Diamonds in the rough. They don't know who we
Morning Invasion.
You know, in the morning when they're carrying on and kidding around, and it makes me laugh or actually scream sometimes. It can get me out of a bad mood and put my framework, my mindset just right. Thanks to the morning show. I really love listening to you guys. Bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dream Star Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thanks for joining us on this Friday.
Well, it's my job and I have to be here, unfortunately, because my back is still killing me.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to these wonderful people on Facebook Live and YouTube and listening wherever you're listening through the app. Guys, you need to download the Star 88 app if you haven't yet. Right there on your phone. It's free. Download it. You can stream us live. You can get us on demand. You can see what music we're playing. It's pretty sweet. It's called technology. Yeah, you guys should totally get with it and download it. Okay? All right. What's that live line number, Steve-O?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Oh, snap.
What do you got?
You know, you're a huge fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
As am I. As is the world.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Instagram. We're like buddies.
But did you know that he is currently in a feud with John Cena?
Why is The Rock in... Man, look, remember the drama he had with Vin Diesel? What's going on?
Well, John Cena, WWE superstar, and soon to be film superstar, has had some choice words for WWE veteran and superstar Dwayne Johnson. Did you know that they are both currently out doing press for their new films?
Well, Rampage and...
Blockers.
Blockers, yeah.
John Cena appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live on Wednesday night. Just an evening after Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had been there. Kimmel asked Cena about their past rivalry, which included trash talk. The action star said, well, they become friends. And so Jimmy said, well, The Rock said as much the night before, but he still had some choice words for John Cena. If you ever act up, I will knock your teeth so far down your throat, you'll have to stick a toothbrush up your
Whoa.
to brush them.
Man, watch your language this morning, man.
Yeah! The Rock said that!
Okay.
Upon hearing it, John Cena decided he wasn't going to take that. And he had a lengthy, over-the-top response to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Excuse me.
All while plugging his movie. He said, there's more traffic in that region than a Monday on the 405 in both directions. Cena went on to analyze what a toothbrush does and surmised that Dwayne Johnson wants to clean his butt.
What?
If I was you, I'd bring a bodysuit and gloves because, never mind, I can't keep going.
What are you doing? Come on. You can never make fun of me again for getting sucked into soap opera drama, because that's what you're doing right now. You're getting sucked in.
I am, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, they both have movies coming out. They both have movies coming out.
I apologize. I should have pre-read.
This is what they do.
Yeah, no. And to be fair, guys, they're saying things in jest, and they are hilarious.
Gosh.
It's not like a real feud. It's not like, Conor McGregor going to Brooklyn and destroying things and hurting people.
Yeah, that's true. Good morning.
Hey, what's up? Happy Friday.
Oh my gosh. Dilly.
Dilbert!
Dilbert, my old stump boy. What are you doing?
Not too much. Just getting up. I work at 8 o'clock, so...
Okay.
Yeah. Getting ready for the comedy show this weekend.
Yeah, you have a comedy show you're going to be performing? Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll be performing tomorrow night for a competition.
That's cool.
What kind of competition?
It's a stand-up comedy competition. There'll be
that
like
makes sense.
10 to 13 comics.
Nice.
And then they do 3 rounds, and they pick 3 comics from each round. And then they do a wild card round, so that's 4 rounds. And then they pick 3 from those rounds, and then they do the finals. The winner from the finals gets to go to L.A., perform, and then gets to perform at the Big Sky Comedy Festival.
That's really cool. Good for you, man. So you're still doing the comedy thing? You've been out doing it, huh?
I want to help you win this competition. I've got a really good idea. Do you own a crossbow or, I mean, in Montana, you got to have some kind of bow and arrow, right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody has those.
You need to show up for the competition dressed like Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games.
Okay.
And say, like, opening line, like, sorry, I thought this was a different kind of competition.
Ooh. I like that. That's pretty good.
Like, maybe even have some fake blood on you, you know? Just walk out there confused. And they say, they told me I was going up against 13 other people, and I just assumed. So, and then kick into your comedy routine.
I was thinking about dressing up like an elf because it's snowing here. You're like, oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Just walking in. You're like, oh, yo. Just came in and...
Uh-huh.
But why an elf?
Wait, what?
Because it's Santa, like it's snowing out, so I think it's Santa Claus and Christmas.
Yeah, but it's always snowing there. It's Montana. If it was like a rare thing that it snowed, I'd find that funny. But it's always snowing there.
But see, and when you said elf, I immediately thought of like Legolas from Lord of the Rings, in which case, bow and arrow, it'll still work. Like, you could dress like the elf, but you got to start with the Hunger Games joke.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have any crossbows or anything, so...
Well, it's easy to pick one up. So real quick, everybody out there, Dilbert used to be my stunt boy years ago, back on the Buck and Deck show. He was fired multiple times. He quit multiple times, but still has a love and passion for radio, and he's now doing stand-up comedy. And we talk to him from time to time. And
help him with his career.
Yeah, and so we want to hear some new material. It's been a little bit. Can you throw down some of your new stuff? Give us a little taste.
Well, I basically just gonna go because, I mean, it's Billings, and I haven't really done that material here that I did, or I haven't done my material here over there. So I was thinking about just using the same material.
Okay. So it's the same jokes that you used on us a few months ago.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear it, because hopefully you've really nailed it down and they sound like you've perfected them. So let's go, man. Let's see what you got.
All right. So the weather, I mean, okay, I'll be like, how are you guys doing here tonight? Woo! Or they'll be like, yeah.
We're your audience, yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm a little depressed because winter makes me depressed. It's just like a few weeks ago, I was laying in bed and I had the worst sinus headache. I'm like, dude, what is going on here? And so I was like, I need to get some air. I got up, opened the door, walked outside. I started losing like one of those Mortal Kombat characters. And it was like, you know, where they do finish him at the end of the game. Anyways, here comes Sub-Zero, my attacker, and he does his fatality. Whoosh! Achoo! Out pops the icicle out of my nose. And not only is the winter depressing, the news is also depressing.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning, and that's one of the first things I check is the news, and it's like, oh, hey, a guy got hit by a bus. All right, cool. Thanks for the inspiration. So, and then, so, I mean, the news is depressing, but, I mean, there's also good news. I mean, you got the entertainment news, like Kim Kardashian just had her 3rd child. So it's like, cool, like, that's awesome. We brought a new life into the world. But that's also kind of depressing because we brought the light into this world. But I guess it's still depressing. Another thing I do in the morning is check my Facebook. I like checking my Facebook. Okay. I think Facebook is hilarious. I think it's like, so my friend the other day, he posts a status. He's like, oh, today's going to be a great day. You know, let's go have fun, love each other, be inspirational. Later that night, he's like, all right, yeah, I just hate the world. You know, I just don't like anything, blah, blah. And, you know, when people hit like, the like is status. It's like, all right, cool. So you're glad that he hates everything. Cool. But now they have the emoticons. So
the emoticons?
Like, now yeah. So now it's like they have the wow emoticon, the ha ha ha, and the heart and the angry. So now when he posts those kind of statuses, you could hit heart. Oh, today I just had a bad day. Heart. Love.
Okay.
And yeah, I like how couples will share their business on Facebook. It's like, oh my God, Brad. Oh my God, I can't stand that dude. It's like on Facebook, everybody gets to see it. Heart, love. And then, yeah, I mean, Facebook is just funny. And so, you know, I love, you know what? I'm a believer. I think God's actually doing his own comedy show in heaven right now. Here comes Moses, does his act. Here comes Daniel, does his act. Finally, he's like, all right, with a big smirk on his face, Peter, it's your turn. Peter gets up on stage.
Oh, no.
So, Peter, I saw that you denied me 3 times. Now it's time for you to be roasted. And that's it.
Now it's time to be roasted?
Yeah, because you know how comedians roast people?
Yeah, I get it.
And then hell is roasted?
Yeah, I get it.
But he's just kidding around.
Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. You've gotten better. I mean, it's very, I mean, it feels like you've perfected it, and, you know, your delivery's good. It's better. No. It's better. And
dress up like Katniss Everdeen.
You've improved, is what I'm saying. You have improved.
Dress up like Katniss Everdeen. I'm giving you good material.
Now, do you want us to lie to you, or do you want us to be honest with you?
Well, you can be honest. It's cool.
It's so awkward. It's funny. I started laughing about halfway through.
Well,
the jokes are terrible.
I like it 5 minutes, so it's like...
Dilbert, the jokes are terrible. No, I'm being honest. Your material's terrible. Your delivery's good. You're getting better at that.
Somebody said, I would love it if Dilbert was my mechanic or dentist or something, because he sounds so unsure about literally everything coming out of his mouth, and it'd be hilarious. Like, yeah, your engine's pretty good, maybe? I'm not sure. So that'd be good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the routine.
You're getting better, man. You are. It's just your material's terrible.
Well, I mean, you have to see it. Like, you know,
yeah, maybe
like, I can't do the actions.
You're right, and it's different when you see somebody in person. You're right.
And then, like, another thing, too, is I think, like, I mean, I'll be honest, is, you know, I like my jokes. I think I need to prepare them better. You know, like,
yeah.
I can use the jokes in a better way.
Yeah. You need to try them out on, you know, like you're doing with us and other friends. Do you do that? Do you do this a lot?
In person.
You try them out in person with your friends and family and all that? Because that's going to help.
Oh, yeah. I actually, before I did the comedy show a few months back, I performed for my friend at an auditorium, and that night actually was really awesome. I got no hecklers. We had a frat party and 2 birthday parties come in, and afterwards the guy was like, oh, dude, awesome job.
Good. Very encouraging man.
Thebe says, Dilbert, don't change a thing. You will kill it. I agree, man. It's like the best comedy routine because it's so awkward. It's amazing.
Yeah, but to be honest,
because you've got the entire crowd just waiting for you to say something funny, and you never do. But that's why it's funny.
Okay, the only thing I mean, I did it last year too. The competition last year.
What place did you get?
I didn't get any place.
You didn't move on to the next round?
No, I wasn't able to move on to the next round.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the guys wrote on my sheets, he's like, don't try to act like something you're not. I'm like,
exactly.
Dude, this is who I am.
Exactly.
Dilbert.
Look at my Facebook.
Dilbert,
Exactly,
listen to me.
Dilbert.
Dilbert, listen to me. Steal all of your material.
Nope.
Steal it.
You do you, boo.
Steal it. I want you to steal it from the best comedians out there.
Don't listen to Dex. He just doesn't get you, bro.
I do get you. We think it's awkward and funny to us, but if you don't know Dilbert, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be honest.
No.
It's terrible.
But I've never met Dilbert in real life, and I think it's hilariously bad.
Okay,
but
maybe you're
so
right.
bad it's hilarious.
Maybe you're right.
It's uncomfortably amazing, and I love it. You continue to be you. Don't try and be Dane Cook.
No, steal all your material.
Don't try and be Louis C.K.
No.
Don't try and be anybody else. You just continue being you.
Yeah.
And eventually, either people will get it, or you'll become a mechanic.
No, you Carlos Mencia that right now. You Carlos Mencia it. He made a living off of stealing other people's jokes for years, and he did just fine. Just that's my advice to you. Or here's what you do: you take their jokes and then just Dilbert-fy it, like make it your own. Okay, that's what you do. You steal it, but make it your own.
Well, then I'm afraid I'll get like a Joe Rogan because. Carlos Mencia, you were mentioning that he actually did that, and Joe Rogan came up on stage.
So you scared Joe Rogan's going to show up on stage? Yeah. So Joe Rogan's going to jump up on stage and call you out in front of everybody like it did Carlos Mencia.
Listen, Dilbert, we are all Christians here, and so we all know that God crafted every single one of us uniquely and differently, and he made you to be you, not any other comedian. You are the most awkward dude on the planet, and it's my favorite thing. I love it when you call because I never know how it's going to go.
By the way, people are saying, get a job, go to college. You have a job.
Yeah, I have an awesome job.
What do you do? What do you do?
I work for a huge company. I work for a huge company.
That's cool.
Wait.
He's just not an elaborate storyteller.
Do you want to tell us what company that is, or it's just a huge company?
Well, no, yeah, it's just awesome. So
wait, what do you do? Where do you work?
Let's just leave it at that. I love this.
You don't have a job, do you? Are you lying?
No, I do have a job.
Then tell me where it is.
And actually, I've got my bills paid and everything's going awesome.
Okay, stop. What's your job?
I sell. I do order processing.
Yeah, see, nobody cares.
Order processing.
Nobody wants to know. He's trying to save the story. He works for a big corporation. Just leave it at that. Okay. I believe you.
All right. I don't. I think you're unemployed right now.
I believe you, Dilbert.
No, I'm not. I'm employed, and I work for the most amazing people. Like, they're just super cool.
That's cool. Who's your favorite coworker?
Who's my favorite coworker?
Yeah.
All of them. I don't have a favorite.
Oh my gosh. You are so caught in a lie right now. You don't work.
I'm not lying.
Then why aren't you telling us? Well,
oh, man.
You're not being specific because you don't have a job.
It's okay. I believe you. I believe you, Dilbert. I believe you, Dilbert.
No, I don't. Tell us what company it is.
I have a job.
You don't have a job. You don't work with anybody.
He totally has a job,
No,
guys.
you don't.
Get off of his back.
You're an. Oh my gosh.
So dress up like Katniss Everdeen. People are mad at me right now, by the way, Dilbert.
Oh, man.
Let me be
Mad at
honest.
you?
Mad at me. Yeah, they
Why?
said, Steve-O, aren't you always saying don't patronize him or her like you hate the American Idol people? Quit patronizing Dilbert. Dex is trying to be brutally honest.
Totally.
He needs a lot of work. And I'm saying,
He does.
in total honesty, yeah, it's terribly amazing. That's what makes it amazing. You never know what Dilbert's going to say. And you're just waiting and waiting, and it gets like more uncomfortable. And I'm like, I think it's hilarious.
Dilbert, let me ask you.
I think it's a great shtick of like always being like, oh man, like kind of awkward and weird. You've just got to hone in on it.
Dilbert, let me ask you. I'm having a hard time believing that you actually performed at the last big comic show because there was no proof. There was no proof. We asked you to get it filmed. We checked the venue.
You can use this
You can
material
ask
on
my
Saturday.
friend who puts it on.
Yeah, exactly.
His name is Wayne Wilcox.
Okay. All right. Listen, somebody said that your jokes are like my back. Just when you think that it's starting to get better, you end up having to pop some muscle relaxers because it hurts so bad. That, if anything, you need to write all these down, and this is part of your shtick. You go out there and you say, you know, I'm a famous comedian, and I'd like to start off by sharing some of the comments that people have said all over the world about my show.
All right. Yeah, that's cool.
And then, and then you share all of these that they're just like, it's like dreadful. It's terrible. I don't understand. Somebody said, maybe you're just so far ahead of our time that we don't get it.
Maybe.
And we need to catch up.
Maybe. You know, and not everybody's going to think you're funny, but some people will.
Yeah.
So
that's why you just got to keep doing you.
Yeah, you got to keep doing you. But
find what works.
I just want you to be real with us. And if you're not employed, that's okay.
No, I am employed. I swear.
Well,
I swear.
Then why aren't you giving us details? Why are there no details? Are you ashamed? Are you ashamed of your job?
Why?
No, I love my
I'm calling
job.
him out. I'm a friend. I'm calling him out.
Yeah, stop being that guy. You hate it when people call you out.
I don't. Just be honest. Where do you work? Give me the details. What's your company's name? You said you work for a huge company.
Yourself as the world's worst comedian, and you're gonna win.
Are you working at McDonald's?
No, okay. The company is TruePhone.
Is what TruePhone?
Yeah, and they're a huge international company.
Huge. He does order processing. Would you like fries with that?
Why was that so hard to tell us? Like, why are you embarrassed by that?
I'm not embarrassed. I just I didn't know if I should give out the company name or not.
No,
That's why I was-
I agree. And it's like he's grilling you.
No,
like
I
he's
just
weird.
want that. Why can't you give out the company name?
It's real, bro.
Okay.
Like, look, maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable with it.
Okay. All right.
No, I do. They're awesome. They're so amazing. And
Okay,
they
you can't
treat
say
me
that
so
on our
good.
show. Stop it.
And
Stop.
that's what he was trying to not do.
I know. All I wanted to know is just where you worked, and you wouldn't tell us. You can understand why I felt like you were lying to us because you said, I work for a huge company. Okay, well, what is it? And you wouldn't tell us. You wouldn't tell us.
Well, no, I didn't know if I had to have permission to sit or what. That's,
Why couldn't you?
Okay.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know what was allowed or wasn't allowed. You know,
Yeah,
I was
we're
just trying to be
non-com.
respectful.
I get it. I get it.
Respectful to the company you work for or for us?
What?
Us.
Oh, what?
For us? Being respectful to us?
Yeah, 'cause,
or
you know.
to your company?
Oh, the company.
Oh, see, the company.
Yeah.
So, okay. Wouldn't the company want a radio station to put their name out there?
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing
Yeah,
this?
you're right. You're right. I was just. Oh.
You know what, Mark? Thank you. I have a history of Dilbert. If anybody knows Dilbert, I know Dilbert. I know the lies that he has been caught in. Am I wrong, Dilbert?
There's just some. Couple. No.
Okay, just a couple. Okay. Yeah. All right. You know, just, hey, be real with us. Be real with everybody.
I think he's pretty real.
Oh, I'm for sure being real, but I like I was saying, I want to be respectful, and I did.
Yeah. No, I get that. If that's true, and you want to be respectful, I totally get that, and I respect that. But yeah, don't be ashamed of what you do, and you're totally fine. A company would love. You threw that out there.
No, it's a blessing, man. Like I said, I got all my bills caught up, and it's just they're just so awesome. So they're some of the most amazing people I've actually worked for.
Yeah.
Good.
So
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, all right. When's your big comedy show? It's this weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Okay. Is there any way...
Dress up like Katniss Everdeen.
Is there any way you can get somebody to film it or go Facebook Live? Because I've asked you several times to make that happen, and you won't do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I could do it.
All right.
And maybe even Instagram. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah.
Then go live on Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Greg Madsen.
Oh, okay.
All right. Greg Madsen, everybody. So we'll talk to you next week. We'll find out. You better have somebody record it.
All right, for sure.
Okay.
I want to see it.
All right, we want to see it. We want to see how. That's what we need.
I want to see your
we need to be able
Katniss
to see it.
Everdeen costume.
I don't have any costume.
Just feel like that'll seal the deal.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you could probably just run down to a Walmart and pick that up, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Dilbert, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and I was going to say, too, prayers for your father, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
So
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right, buddy.
All right, well, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Glad you called us, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Does he have a girlfriend? Is he married?
I don't know.
Does he have... I feel like that should be part of his shtick. Could you imagine him trying to speak to a female? Okay. All right. Yeah. I think it's great.
There was so much wrong with that phone call.
Nope.
There was so much wrong. Listen.
He just seems really awkward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You think?
Okay. Did you ever... I mean, never mind. I don't want to say he's like Andy brilliant, but...
That's the thing. That's why I want him to record his stand-up so we can see it. Because, yeah, you might think it's funny over the radio, but you got to be able to see it. And I want to be real with him. I don't want to lie.
Andy Kaufman would come out and do some outrageous things, and
but that's
people
different.
just didn't get it.
But if he came out and was like a total weirdo, wacko, like Andy was, then it would be one thing. But when you just stare at the crowd and laugh at yourself and don't deliver any jokes.
Andy Kaufman. One time he just did the Mighty Mouse thing.
Okay. Different type of person.
I know. I'm just saying.
Different type.
I'm just saying there've been those like awkward people. Like it could.
I know.
Could be brilliant.
It could be. It could be. And that's why I give Dilbert so much respect, because he's been doing the comedy thing now for, I think, 5 years or something.
Do you think True Phone was just an ad that popped up on Instagram while he was
Yes,
scrolling?
I do. Yes, I do. Thank you. Yes, I do. I think he's completely lying about his job, which, you know what? Hey, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
As friends, we need to call each other out.
Maybe not on the radio.
Well, I mean... Saying. We got to take a break. Yeah, pray for my dad, guys. He almost went home to see Jesus last night. That's a true story. And he's in the hospital right now, and he's going to get checked out at noon today. I guess he had some internal bleeding. So, hey, he just needs prayer. So, if you could do that, really appreciate it. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We got a letter when we come back titled, Am I Way Off Here? Someone has a question. So we'll tackle that letter, and we're going to need you guys to chime in. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Just search Star 88. We'll be back. Hang out.
Coming to Albuquerque May 1st at the Lobo Theater, Tyson Motzenberger, Tylen Motzentackle, Tyson Mulber Tackle. No. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
What's this? How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Motzenbacher.
Motzenbacher, that's right. Tyson Motzenbacher in concert.
It's been cold around here, Coeur d'Alene.
With special guest Matthew Wright.
I was having a good day.
And John Van Dusen.
I testified against your case.
Tyson Motzenbacher. Coming May 1st to the Lobo. Get your tickets now. Only $10 at star88.fm.
Open your eyes, you're alive. Another fine night near the ocean.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer wrote, "Cheap grace is the grace we bestow on ourselves. Cheap grace is the preaching of forgiveness without requiring repentance, baptism without church discipline, communion without confession. Cheap grace is grace without discipleship, grace without the cross, grace without Jesus Christ, living and incarnate." A solar flare on Star 88.
Broken glass on the floor. This is who I was before. They say this is who I'll always be. This is who I'll always be.
Resistance is not necessarily a sign that you're out of God's will. Resistance is often a sign that you're doing exactly what God called you to do.
Need some divine direction? Here's Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
So many people, whenever things get tough, they start to think, well, God must not be in on this. When do you think your enemy attacks? Is it when you're not doing anything for the glory of God? No, your enemy attacks when you are. Resistance is not necessarily a sign that you're out of God's will. Resistance is often a sign that you're doing exactly what God called you to do. Feel that. Let me say it again. Let it soak in. Let it soak in. Just because things aren't going right doesn't necessarily mean you're out of God's will. Whenever you're being attacked, that may be a direct indication that you're doing exactly what it is that God called you to do. The struggle that you're having today is developing the spiritual strength that you need tomorrow. Trust God's process. Trust God's process.
Now that's a PowerPoint with Craig Rochelle on Star 88.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
In West Virginia, President Trump makes a pitch for his Mexico wall.
We're going to have the wall. We've already started building it. We have $1.6 billion. We've started building it and fixing miles and miles of wall that's already up and fenced.
EPA Chief Scott Pruitt's having his condo deal in D.C. reviewed.
The L.A. Fire Department is in what they call earthquake mode right now, where they send fire engines out to look at bridges and overpasses to make sure there's nothing wrong there.
Tiger Woods returned to the Masters. He shot a 1/73. He's 5 shots off the lead.
Authorities in Georgia don't suspect foul play after the body of a missing CDC scientist was found on the banks of a river near his home.
Barring new information coming forward, we may never be able to tell you how he got into the river.
Atlanta Police Major Michael O'Connor, Timothy Cunningham had been missing for 2 months.
The family of a Utah boy with Down syndrome drops a discrimination lawsuit against the Boy Scouts of America.
Goodyear motorhome tires caused crashes that killed or injured 95 people over 2 decades. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration last year began investigating whether its G159 tires are unsafe.
The Dow picked up 240 points, that's 1%. The NASDAQ gained 34 points, or 0.5%.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's a beautiful Friday. What's that live line number, Steve-O?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Man.
We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. You can go watch the show. Share it. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000, and we're getting pretty close, guys. So make it happen. YouTube.com/star88fm. Coming up after 8, the Swan, the Sam Swan will be joining us. We got Slow Motion Theater coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. And we got a letter coming up right after we check this voicemail.
Next message. G'day. We're back again with another episode of Adventures in the Wild with Owen Stevens. We've got a special treat for you today. Often, creatures from the wild appear in not-so-wild places. This is a great example. This here is a heckler. Light the candle! They're pretty common in a lot of places, and recently, they've been becoming more concentrated on golf courses like this one. Their bark really is worse than their bite, and most are quite harmless. There he goes now. Stop that, you naughty boy. We conservationists need help with hecklers to return them to their natural habitat, social media. But remember, never try to remove a heckler on your own. Leave that to the professionals. As always, thanks for joining me again today on Adventures in the Wild.
Beautiful. I love that. It's one of my favorites. Adventures in the Wild. Wow. Woo. Wow. Good stuff, man. You guys can not only text in, but you can call the live line, 505-585-LIVE, and leave a voicemail. Say whatever you want. Be creative. Have fun with it. I love that. Make it your own, guys. Yeah, you want to complain? Complain.
Okay.
You want to come up with your own little series like Adventures in the Wild? Go for it. We'll play it. All right. We're going to need your help.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
been a while since we've just done a letter like this on its own. I work 50-plus hours a week in order to provide a life that allows my wife to stay home with our 1-year-old. She is a wonderful mother and wife, but things aren't really panning out the way I imagined they would with her being a stay-at-home mom. I'm writing to see if I'm being a jerk or if she's slacking in some areas.
Oh, no.
When I come home from work, she's often sitting on the couch, scrolling through Facebook, with mounds of laundry piled up next to her, waiting to be folded. Dinner isn't even a thought until I mention it, and the whole house is a mess. When I come home from working a long day, I expect to be able to relax and put my feet up. But I can't when the ottoman is covered in clothes. Dude. I always figured having her home as a stay-at-home mom, she would care for our child and our home. Now, our child is well cared for, but our home, well, that's another story. Am I way off here? Oh, boy.
Gosh, dude, where to begin?
I am a little upset with this start member.
Yeah!
As the feminist of the morning invasion,
shut up.
I am very offended and upset with how you are handling this situation, sir. Really? When you get home from work, all you want to do is relax and put your feet up? How about you realize that your wife has been home with your child all day?
How many? One
child.
1-year-old?
That's a lot, man.
Okay.
That's a lot of work.
Cry me a river.
Are you kidding me?
I have to spend hours a day with this guy. He's like a 1-year-old. He's bald.
All you have to do is feed me, bro.
He wets himself.
All you have to do is feed me. I'm not high maintenance at all.
For food.
I'm like the easiest to take care of. You just feed me. Sir, you're way off. You are being a jerk.
Wow.
You know, just because you work a job outside the house doesn't mean that you don't have a job to do when you get home, sir. Because your wife is at home doing a job. She's got a job. She's got a full-time job.
Yeah.
And more than a full-time job.
Oh, my gosh. I wish your mom were on the phone right now. Did you answer the phone? Why did you answer the phone? We taking phone calls?
Of course we're taking phone calls.
Good morning.
Go.
Booty?
Good morning, Booty.
What do you think?
I got something good this time. So, very similar. My wife, love her to death, but we kind of ran into a situation where she wanted to get a dog. And it was this little cute thingamabopper white thing.
Okay.
And I didn't want to get a dog. I don't like dogs. I don't like animals. I don't like the responsibility. So we both compromised and we got a dog.
Okay.
That's your answer.
Compromise.
Whether you're wrong or you're right.
You're wrong.
Okay. You know what? You're right. You're right. Good job. Thank you, Booty. Appreciate you. 505-338-3700. If you'd like to call in. Is this guy way off? Is he being a jerk? What do you think?
Hi. So I actually just recently started going back to work. I used to be a stay-at-home mom. And I will say this because my third child is who I stayed home with, and he was so hard. He was so hard. I could barely get anything done. When my husband came home from work, there was laundry. Sometimes that wasn't folded. Sometimes the kitchen wasn't always clean, or dinner wasn't always ready when he got home, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he'd get home pretty late, like 7:30, 8 o'clock almost. And, you know, I won't say that this woman isn't maybe not putting 100% of the effort, because sometimes you do get distracted and you need a break from like the baby. So you hop on your Facebook and you scroll through, or Instagram or whatever. But I think that him and his wife need to come to a happy medium with each other. Just be like, hey, honey, is there something that would help you during the day?
To not be so lazy.
Wow.
Maybe not in so many words, but yes. Just
that was like 4 words. What do you mean not in so many
once.
words? There's no way to say that in less words. Get
well, my husband
off
brought it up
the
with me, and
couch.
he told me, he's like, hey, honey, I noticed you're on Facebook a lot, so is there maybe something? And so I did my Facebook app, and that helped me a lot, kind of during the day, get a lot more stuff done. So maybe he can kind of they can come to more of like a medium, just because I do understand on her end, like it is hard when you have a baby, because they're super needy in their first years. And so, yeah, maybe they can maybe he can sit with her and just kind of be like, hey, honey, there's a few things I noticed that aren't being done. Is everything okay? Is there something that would help you? Or
All right. Thank you so much.
Like that.
I like it. Thank you so
Have
much.
A great day.
You too.
Here's the thing. Stay-at-home mom, if it's a job, because everybody says it's a full-time job. If I wasn't doing my full-time job, you know what would happen here? I'd get fired. Maybe he needs to fire her from full-time job mom.
Wow.
Yeah. Just let her go.
Let her go?
You know?
Hire
now
someone
accepting
new?
applications. Full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I feel like you got to tread lightly when you're dealing with this situation because, yeah, maybe you need to call out your partner, your wife, in this situation because it could be that she's being lazy. Sure, let's just say she's being lazy. She could do more.
Yeah.
Okay. There's definitely a way to probably approach her about this without sleeping on the couch, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. I'm obviously being comical. The truth is, dude. Why are you writing us this letter and just talking trash about your spouse? Like, what you really need to do, because I get the frustrations working 50 plus hours a week in order to provide for everybody, and then you get home and seemingly it's like, oh man, my wife has just been kicking it all day. You gotta put yourself in her spot because she's been taking care of a 1-year-old
She hasn't
all
just been
day.
kicking it all day.
Right.
That's a lot of work taking care of a 1-year-old.
However, from the way that he describes it, it sounds like the house is crazy. Like it's not in order. And husband, you're kind of still charged with that task. Like, yo, you want to keep your house in order? Like, how come y'all haven't had this conversation yet?
Yeah. And why is it that you can't help out with those things around the house?
His question was, am I way off here? Dude, you're not way off. But there's a way to have a conversation about it without, man, being a, like, him versus her situation.
Right.
It's like, how can I help you? What can we do to where when I get, because I get the idea of, like, being stressed out and coming home and the house is crazy, like, I just immediately go into clean mode though. I'm like, I gotta do the dishes. I gotta take care of this. I gotta whatever. But on the flip side, it's like, we're busy. We are a family of 5. And if there's laundry and a pile over here that needs to be folded, it's like, that's gonna have to come later. We got baseball tonight, or we got, like, I don't know. Unrealistic expectations all around.
All right. If you're just joining us, we got this letter. This guy works 50 hours a week. And he comes home. His wife stays home with their 1-year-old. But when he gets home from work, she's usually on the couch on Facebook, and she's got clothes everywhere that she hasn't folded yet from the laundry. Dinner isn't ready. And so he just kind of wants to relax from being at work for so long.
I get that.
And he's wondering, am I being a jerk about this?
We also don't really know the situation.
We don't really know the situation.
It's hard to...
But... I mean, it very well could be that maybe you're in this situation where, you know, your partner, maybe they are lazy, or maybe even a lot of husbands. I've seen this with people in my life. They have a full-time job outside of the home, and they expect everything to be done when they get home. And that's not okay, right? That's not okay.
No, Misty says he needs to lower his expectations. This isn't the 50s, but she needs to step up her home game.
All right. We got to take a quick break. 505-585-LIVE. You want to text in? We are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
We are creatures of time, bound for eternity. So Skip Heitzig reminds, make moments count.
Think about others and place others above ourselves. In fact, the Bible would say, if you want a joyful life, think about others more than yourself.
Hotspot. Salvation changes our destiny and our priorities.
Ask any relief worker who feels God has called them to do that as well. When they pour themselves out for others, there's an increase in the quality of one's life.
Find more from Skip at connectwithskip.com. Connectwithskip.com. And remember, your days are numbered. Make them count for Christ.
So you want to live well and die well? Live with death in mind. Live like you're camping out. Live for the benefit of others. And finally, live for a legacy that outlives you.
Get the Skip Heitzig podcast on your mobile device. Tons of nuggets like this.
Moses, the only psalm he ever wrote, Psalm 90, said, Lord, teach us to number our days that we might gain a heart of wisdom.
Hotspot.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Join Love Inc. of Albuquerque for the second annual Spaghetti Western on Friday, April 6th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Jewish Community Center. This fundraising event will feature a full spaghetti dinner and country western dancing. Great for the whole family, this event provides an opportunity to grab some grub and hit the dance floor. This year, Love Inc. is excited to welcome one of Albuquerque's top line dancing instructors who will be giving an hour-long line dance lesson. Your generosity towards the ministry of Love Inc. is greatly appreciated. Are you looking to experience freedom from hurts, hang-ups, and habits? Check out Life's Healing Choices. This 8-week video series will help you learn to make choices that could bring healing and hope to your life. Life's Healing Choices is meeting every Saturday in April and May, beginning April 7th at 6 p.m. For more information about these events and more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Every single step, the further I get, it doesn't seem to get easier. It doesn't seem to get easier. I'm running out of breath, but you wouldn't give me strength if it's meant to get easier. If it's meant to get easier. So help, I'm asking please. There's gotta be another remedy. I'm running out of my options. I'm running out of my options. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier. Not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier. Not until you make me stronger. No, it doesn't get easier. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier. Not until you make me stronger. Makeshift happiness, mistakes for being blessed with artificial exteriors, fabricated with smoke and mirrors. We can never reach new heights without obstacles to climb. No getting there isn't effortless. I'm gonna need a hand with this. So help, and I'm asking please. There's gotta be another remedy. I'm running out of my options. I'm running out of my options. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier. Not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier. Not until you make me stronger. No, it doesn't get easier. if I'm comfortable. No, I'll never leave this room. Can I break through even if it hurts? So I know medication, it just makes it worse. Cause if I'm numb to freedom, I'll never come through. If I'm comfortable, no, I'll never leave this room. No, it doesn't get easier. No, it doesn't get easier. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy. Not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy. Not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy. Not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy. Not until you make me stronger.
Ready for this?
What? The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. Hanging out live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Studios with the Swan, the Sam Swan.
Good morning.
Hey, man.
What's happening?
You know, my dad almost died last night.
I heard that.
You know, Steve-O got in a car accident and he can barely walk.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
So, in other words, life is happening.
How are you?
Well, nothing as exciting as what's going on with you guys, but I'm good.
Good, man.
I'm good. Actually, today is my oldest daughter's birthday.
Oh, no way.
Stephanie Wilkerson.
Happy
I will
birthday.
not say how old she is because she's in that age now where she doesn't want people to know how old
That's
she
funny.
is.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel old.
Yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine. Man. Do you feel like, does your back hurt at all?
Well,
I mean, how's your heart?
Strangely enough, my heart is good.
Good.
Because I keep it in good shape.
You do. You run a lot.
But my foot hurts, my back hurts, my knee's a little sore this morning.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens, man.
I can't remember where I put my car.
Yeah, my dad is...
or my car keys.
Dad's about your age, 75. And
Thanks. He's a young guy.
He is. 75 really isn't... I mean, it's old, but it's not that old, you know? Yeah. I mean, most guys in my family, they die at like 85.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, my dad's same age, about the same age as your dad.
Yeah.
So is he had this... you said something about internal bleeding, so they're going to check him out today. They're going to check him out.
Yeah, he had colitis. They found out he had colitis, I guess, earlier this week, and so they kind of dealt with that. And he went home, and then yesterday morning he was going to the bathroom, and he noticed there was blood, and he was feeling lightheaded and just really sick, and just my mom said that he looked really pale. So they rushed him over to Bozeman to the hospital, and they tried to figure out, and they thought, okay, probably something to do with the colitis, and, you know, maybe they thought that the bleeding had stopped. Well, they went to put in a catheter into my dad, and at that point, that's when his eyes started rolling the back of his head, and I guess his heart stopped, and he stopped breathing.
Man.
And they brought him back, and so he's been stable, I guess, my mom's, I guess, showing up right now to check on him, so I'll get an update.
Dude, that's scary.
Hopefully he slept good last night, I'm hoping. And
yeah.
But today at noon, he's got, what was it, a colonoscopy? They're gonna do that. So they're hoping that they stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
So just prayers for my parents and my dad and the doctors. And
well,
yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm. Anyways. Did you hear the letter that we were doing?
I did.
Okay, let me recap really quick. We got this letter. Husband works 50-plus hours a week, provides for the family. He's married. They both have a 1-year-old. Wife stays at home with the 1-year-old. She's a wonderful mother and wife. But he gets home from work, and oftentimes he wants to, just kind of kick back and relax, put his feet up, and he can't because there's laundry all over the couch that she hasn't folded. There's mounds of laundry, he said. Usually she's sitting on the couch scrolling through Facebook. Dinner's not ready. And so he's just frustrated and is wondering, am I off here? Am I being a jerk? Or, I mean, it stinks because we don't know the whole story, because we don't know if the wife is taking care of the house, or maybe she's not taking care of it at all.
And in this situation, we do tend to generalize. Like, I was being funny at the end, but then the more I thought about it, it's like, it's not cool. It's not okay. Like, everybody's got a role to play, and it sure sounds like she's not really doing hers. Seriously. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like, because people are like, oh, full-time mom. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I have an incredible wife who is a full-time mom who also has a full-time job along with my full-time job. And somehow between the two of us, we have kept our house pseudo in order. And we got 3 kids doing 3 different sports, doing all. Today was Rube Goldberg Day. I had to get an 8-foot ladder ready yesterday. Like, I mean, there's always something, and yet we still find a way. The picture he's painting sure sounds like nothing's getting done.
And that very well could be the situation.
I've seen that before, too, where it's just like, dude, what do you want to do with your life? Do you want to sit there? Because when the kiddos won, it's like they eat, they poop, and then they sleep for hours.
Or like my couple of 1-year-old grandkids. They never stop.
Okay.
And you're constantly chasing them.
Yeah.
And
that could be it too.
So that's we're only hearing his side of it.
We are.
And I want to know what he's doing to contribute to that. I get that he works hard.
He's working 50 hours a week and paying all of the bills, Sam.
But that doesn't matter. He still should come home and have responsibility.
I understand
I'm being comical, but
no, that's
that
true.
does matter.
That does matter.
No, it does.
That greatly matters.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's doing
he's the breadwinner right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
But he can't expect to just come home and not do anything.
No.
And not be waited on.
No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Like, you still have it's still called being a husband. Like, you still got and father. You still have a role. You still have things to do.
There's responsibilities that you share.
Yes.
In the upkeep of the house.
Welcome to marriage. It's all, but it should be shared. And it sure sounds like he at least feels like he is doing everything.
Yeah.
Or he's not doing anything either, because there's still mounds of laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
505-338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
I felt compelled to call in. You guys kind of touched on what I was going to talk about here. Is from experience, being married, going on 8 years and 3 children, I've learned the hard way that doing the dishes, folding those clothes, doing the laundry, getting the baby ready for bed, changing that diaper, I can go on and on. That's a joint duty between the husband and wife. And that's a slippery slope when you start approaching your wife on why aren't you doing this, why aren't you doing that, when you aren't pulling your own weight. I go to work 45, 50-plus hours a week as well. That didn't hold much water anymore. When I went home and I saw my wife, she was drained from taking care of the kids.
Yep.
Well, you do the dishes then. You make dinner.
Yeah.
I put some chicken nuggets in the oven. The kids are fed. So
yeah, your wife's been at home all day with the kids, and the last thing she wants to do when you get home is to be intimate with you. She probably wants to get out of the house and get away from the kids and get a break. And then that's when the dad steps in and takes over.
Yeah.
That's right. And if the dad neglects his portion, well, then that intimacy is going to hit the road as well. And it's just going to affect the bedroom. It's going to affect your relationship. It's going to be a lot of problems. So my point is it's a joint effort in taking care of that household. Yes, she has her responsibilities at home. Yes, he has his responsibilities at work, but when it all comes down to it, the husband needs to be there to support his wife and take care of his side, clean those dishes, pick up those clothes, fold that laundry, help her fold the laundry together, all that good stuff. Anyways, guys, I got to get into work. I waited out in the parking lot to make this phone call. You guys have a good day.
Thanks, man.
Awesome, thanks.
We'll see you.
Yeah, I think it's worth a conversation to have with his wife.
Oh yeah,
I mean they definitely need to dialogue about this.
How do you approach that?
Well, there's a way that you can do it without sounding like you're making accusations, and just say, "Hey, do you need some help? How do you want me to?" Or even without making the conversation, say, just when you get home, say, "Hey, can I do something with this laundry? Can I wash the clothes for you? Can I do these dishes?" Or I'll tell you what, I'll take care of the dishes if you'll do this. Or you just kind of. I think there's a way to approach it in conversation.
How is it? Okay, let's take it back to the Bible. Okay. And the the Bible talks about, how the wife, the mom, she's in charge of the home, right?
Yeah.
She takes care of the kids, and she's the one who, she's the one who keeps the home, just working, right? How does that apply to now?
That's a gross overgeneralization of something, especially if are we talking about the book of Proverbs, 31,
Steve,
where it talks about...
I'm throwing it at a pastor right now,
I
so I'm
know,
hoping he can correct me with that.
To unpack this theologically, are we really going to get into the wife's role biblically? Because, man
I had to
alive.
do some more research to come out with the exact answer to that. But what I would say is that we are mutually submissive to one another as husband and wife, and to follow Christ, we serve one another in the body of Christ and in our family. And so the responsibility of maintaining the household falls on the family. I mean, she's at home running it. She's in charge of it right now.
Right.
And some of it is society related. In some cultures, the matriarch not only takes care of the house, but also runs the family. She's the one that makes the decisions, and the husband goes out and earns a living, and he submits to the control that she exerts or the decisions that she makes and things like that. In our world, in America, we try to encourage a mutual support of one another and doing those things, mutually submitting and serving one another.
But
love.
You've seen that change a lot, though. Think about the 50s and the 60s. I mean, I was thinking of my grandma in this situation because my grandma, she's in their 90s now, and she's always preached the wife should never work outside of the home.
Right.
Because of what the Bible says. That was her. I mean, she preached that, and it feels like that's what it was like back.
But that's what I'm saying.
But the Bible doesn't
theologically.
explicitly say, wives, you cannot work outside of the home. It doesn't explicitly say that.
Sorry,
No, you're
I get
fine.
heated.
You're fine. No.
Single mom here. Kid here. So.
I know. So there are things that have happened in our world that have caused us to have to make adjustments to our cultural understanding of the wife's role and the husband's role and parents and all that kind of stuff like that. There's all kinds of extenuating circumstances with even from widower single mom or divorced single mom that just changes the dynamic in our society of how things are done.
Right.
And I haven't done a lot of biblical research on. I can't necessarily quote chapter and verse on this particular issue. I'd have to do some looking at that to have some specifics. But I'm going back to the idea of where we are mutually. God says that husbands and wives are to submit to one another out of love. He mentions that in Ephesians. I could look it up here in a second. But the idea that a follower of Christ is to serve. We're to serve one another, whatever that means, and think more highly of others than we do of ourselves. So there's ways that this can be taken care of where, regardless of how tired you are and how much work you've done somewhere else, you still have other responsibilities that you have to take care of. You just can't. And this old way of thinking, because that's the way my grandmother was in South Georgia. She served everybody in the house. She cooked all the meals. She did all the cleaning. My grandfather didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely that generation.
That was that generation, exactly.
Yeah, the guys would come home, they'd kick back, and dinner would be ready, and the women did everything.
And I was raised in a house where my mom and dad both did stuff. Now, my mom might do more of the domestic type stuff. My dad would take care of like the grass and mowing the lawn and the keep up of the structure of the home. And my mom would do some of the other things. But we also, the kids were involved in that.
Yeah.
So every Saturday we would do our weekly chores, vacuum, dust, clean the bathrooms, and each one of us had our assigned task that we did. So I grew up doing that stuff. And so it's kind of a mutual thing. Now, some people aren't as concerned about the condition of their home. As long as it's clean, it doesn't have to be completely tidy all the time.
Right.
And if you have a husband and a wife that are kind of both the same way, then it's not that big a deal. But if you have one that's uptight because it's not neat and tidy because that's the way it's been for generations in his side of the family, and for her, it wasn't that big of a deal, then that's another issue that they kind of have to work on as far as roles and stuff like that is concerned. And again, that's just a short letter, and I would love to sit down with a couple and try to. They need to sit down and talk with somebody about it.
I was going to say that's what they need.
Yeah, and I would say he's not way off. I mean, but he's a little off, and the fact that he's talking to us instead of trying to talk to his wife about it, and maybe
maybe that's the first step for him. He just doesn't know what to do because he feels overwhelmed, so he sent this letter in because he doesn't know how to approach the discussion.
And so my word would be, you need to talk to your wife about it. And if it's a bigger issue than what is just being presented, and they discover that, then that's when they might need to sit down with their pastor and let him kind of help them work through some of these things. Maybe they didn't have any premarital counseling that helped them to understand roles in the relationship of marriage, and those are set up by the couple.
Right, that's what I was saying. Maybe he's got an old school way of thinking. You know?
And that Brenda and I have an arrangement. She hates doing laundry. I hate doing dishes because I grew up doing dishes. So I hate doing dishes.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean I don't ever do the dishes. I rarely do the dishes.
Yeah,
but I do all the laundry. At least ours. I've taught Riley. Riley does his own laundry now. I don't have to do his because he's big enough. He takes care of his own laundry. But I do mine and Brenda's. I do the folding. I do the, that stuff is on me. Brenda takes care of all the dishes. Well, the other night, Brenda had this huge project for some kind of teacher evaluation thing that she had to type up and get it and submit it many pages, and APS stuff is just crazy.
All wrinkled, didn't you?
So she started to do the dishes. It was later in the evening before she was going to start working on a project. I said, let me do. I mean, there's like 4 things in the sink.
Sure.
I said, I'll tell you what. I'll take care of the dishes. Why? Because you don't have to be up till midnight working on your project because she has to get up early. And the look on her face, I thought I was going to have to, shake her to get her attention. I think she kind of glazed over for a minute, but I was actually offering to do the dishes for her. Yeah, that's what she said. She goes, "Are you kidding with me right now? Are you really going to do these dishes?" I'm like, "Yeah." And my dad was here because he had some doctor's appointments, and he's standing on the other side of the counter. And I said, "And I'm not doing it just because my dad is here." She goes, "I think that's exactly why you're doing it, because you want your dad to think good of you while you take care of me." I said, No. If he wasn't here, I would still do the dishes for you. But that's where Brenda and I are as far as household chores and other things like that. As far as the vacuuming and we don't, our house, if you come to our house, it's lived in. It's not super tidy, and that doesn't really bother us that much.
That's great.
Yeah. So
live lines open 505-585-LIVE, or you can call in at 338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, I just wanted to say I don't care if my wife works just as long as she makes a sandwich when I tell her to.
Oh, my gosh, Bill.
That is not true at all.
Oh, man.
You're perpetuating stereotypes, bro. They're like angry moms chiming in right now, and I'm like, I'm done being funny and perpetuating stereotypes. But on the flip side, there's some comments coming in. I'm like, I am on drugs. I have to hold my tongue.
What kind of sandwich? I might be interested in that too.
Right?
Sandwiches always taste better when somebody else makes it for you.
Oh, man, that's so true.
Yeah, with love.
Why don't you make us some sandwiches and bring them down?
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
I'm sure you will.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Oh, very
We're good.
Very good.
Good. I just was going to say that when my husband and I first got married, I was working weird. Like, I would work from 7:30 at night to 3 in the morning, and he would work, of course, his 8 to 5. So when I'd get home in the morning, I'd be tired, sleep till 10, 11, but I still had all that time to at least clean house or whatever, and I was so lazy. But at least he would tell me stuff like he'd come home and be like, "Oh, I could tell what you had for lunch," because I wouldn't do my dishes. I'd leave them in the sink, and it was just honesty from him was like, "Oh, dang! Like I don't want him to be able to see that."
Yeah.
So I took care of that. Now, fast forward 17 years later, we have 4 kids, and I work part-time. But he works, like, sometimes 60 hours a week. He's an executive director for a hospice, so he's got a lot of stress.
Right.
And the last thing I want is for him to come home and see that there's a ton of laundry everywhere or whatever. It's kind of that concept where if you go on vacation, you kind of clean house before, so when you come home, it's not all crazy. Same thing. If you have the time to take care of it, take care of it. And he still pulls his weight. I'll come home from work on a Saturday, and he's done laundry, and awesome because he knows that I'm with 4 kids. There's always laundry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's great. Be honest with your wife. Tell her how you feel. That's how it's going to work out. But to be mad and go sit on the couch isn't going to solve anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's good word.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a good day.
You too. We're at Facebook and YouTube. Go watch us. Leave a comment. Anybody say anything?
I agree with my girl Katie. This is why I think I shut up. There are not enough details in this letter. Do they have a special needs child? Does the kid nap at all? Is the mom depressed? Is he a neat freak? Our value is not in the cleanliness of our home. We don't know enough.
Yeah.
And that's the thing because,
agree.
Immediately there were a few people chiming in pretty angry saying, well, based upon the age of the child, I'll bet you anything she has postpartum depression. You guys need to back off this mom. And it's like, that is a possibility. On the flip side, I would say, I don't think that is what you would need to do in that situation. If she does and it's unrecognized or she doesn't even know what that is, she needs to talk to somebody about that. Because I've seen far too many young couples because let's be real, man. Everybody's getting young at like 20, 21, 22 years old and they have kids right away. And then you're getting used to living with another human being. Now you're trying to get used to caring for this little alien life form thing. And you're still a kid yourself. And then all of a sudden nobody knows their role and everybody's crying and fighting. And you got like postpartum comes into play. And then you've got the young father, dad who doesn't know how to handle it. And emotions are running high. And far too often have I seen this lead to a quick divorce and anger and torn apart families.
Almost happened to me back when I got married.
Because they just couldn't figure it out, you know? Oh, yeah, I know this story because it was my story. We were 23, 24 years old, and man, we just didn't understand so much. And because of that, it led to so much strife because there weren't those conversations and there was postpartum. And I was working my butt off. And she was going back to school and then going to work. And I mean, there's so many things that you can throw into the situation. So we really don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
From the letter, of course, it just sounds like he works his butt off and he gets home and she's just sitting there and there's laundry everywhere and the dishes are not done and what's she doing? And sadly, we've seen that many a times too. I have many friends who relationships ended poorly because this began and nobody had a conversation and it got worse and worse and then it rotted from the inside out and then they divorced. And so I think Sam's right on. Like they need to seek counseling. They need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, that's the best way to confront
at the very least, they need to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead. Good morning.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my wonderful husband, Jarrett, because he does laundry and he cooks all the time.
Booyah.
And yes.
And you're a stay-at-home mom?
No, I'm not.
See, I hear that.
That's cool.
Working families and splitting that up and husband jobs, wife jobs, and you know what? Those cross lines for Chrissy and I too at times because one of us will just take the trash out or one of us will do the dishes or one of us will without saying something and because we're helping each other because it's marriage.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So I can't understand in today's culture why somebody would want to be a single mom because I remember being the first month of my child's life and the fact that without my husband there to feed me, I wouldn't have been able to feed my Jonica, and it would not have been well. And he had taken the whole week off, or he had taken a month off whenever Jonica was born. And I just can say that I love my husband very much. Shout out to Jarrett. Yay!
Nice. Good shout out. There you go.
Thank you for calling. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, coming up, can we please talk about the UFC?
Again? Yes, we can.
Oh, yeah, again. We've spent like an hour on lazy wife / angry husband.
United Federation of Churches?
That's the United Federation of Churches.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think
a reverend got into a fight with
a bus.
Hey, thank you for writing in and keep us updated on what happens and how you decide to, I guess handle the situation. But the advice is get counsel.
Yeah.
And When we come back, we will, I guess we got a couple updates on the whole Conor McGregor thing.
It's going crazy.
You didn't hear what happened.
Guys.
Conor McGregor, like biggest mixed martial artist in the world right now, and he did something pretty terrible yesterday. So we got some updates on that when we come back from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
What happens when we die is that our spirit is separated from our body. When the spirit leaves the body, you're dead. In the body, which is the church, when the spirit leaves the body, the church dies. And what Jesus is saying to the church when he says, remember how thou hast received, it is a veiled reference, in my estimation, to the Holy Spirit and his ministry in the church. The exhortation is that believers are to remember how they received and heard. It is clearly a reference to the manner of receiving and hearing. And in all ages, the church has received and heard in the same way. When somebody is born again, he receives the Holy Spirit. He comes to dwell in the human heart.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. Abraham Lincoln reminds us, remember that some things legally right are not morally right. Star 88 with a solar flare.
Room to wonder, open road, my marker, cruise control, strobing headlights, passing cars, constellations, shooting stars, pedal to the metal and I'm feeling alright. Street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head out the window, gonna feel the cool night. I'ma keep chatting for the rest of my life. Compass roads, where I'm headed, I don't know, but I'm never stopping. Insomniac, rearview mirror, no looking back. Pedal to the metal and I'm feeling alright. Street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head out the window, gonna feel the cool night. I'ma keep chatting for the rest of my life. Alright, street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the airwaves. Head out the window, gonna feel the cool night. I'ma keep chatting for the rest of my life.
Judah Smith seeks to define the purpose and meaning in life. He says life is to trust God in every moment.
And there's going to be days and afternoons where he takes me to places that I have avoided. where He walks me towards people and things and settings I don't understand. So in those moments, the limits that I put on God's love will be expanded. That's what God's doing. So I ask you, are you following Jesus? I'm not asking you if you know Jesus. I'm not asking you if you're saved. I'm not asking you if you're going to heaven. I'm asking you, is your life oriented around the plans and purposes of Jesus on a daily basis? Do you feel unsettled? Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel like you're venturing into the unknown? Do you feel like the limit you put on God's love is expanding on a regular basis? God intends our lives to be full of movement. The operative word in our belief system is not stay, it's go.
Trust God in every moment. That's Judah Smith with a Star 88 PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
President Trump revealed the size of the National Guard force that he wants along the Mexico border, between 2,000 and 4,000 troops, and he wants many to stay until his wall is built.
Now to the deadly police shooting here in New York City. Police opening fire when they mistook the metal pipe he was holding for a weapon, pointing it at officers with both hands. Meet Matt Parziali. He's a full-time firefighter. This week, living a dream.
I've always wanted to play golf at the highest level possible.
Qualifying for this year's Masters.
I understand you're taking some under-the-radar meetings to possibly run for president.
Trump speaking publicly for the first time about the scandal involving Stormy Daniels.
The president claimed he didn't know about the payment or where the cash came from.
Oh my goodness. Good morning. It's Friday. How's everybody doing? Big weekend? Anything going on this weekend? We got baseball tomorrow morning. Little League kicks off. It'll be fun. Are we supposed to have good weather this weekend?
Yes?
Maybe?
No.
No? Is it going to rain?
Well,
Question mark?
Could be spotty showers, but the wind is going to be horrific.
Perfect, because you and I are doing the opening day ceremonies for Paradise Hills Little League. High five.
But it might not be bad in the morning if it's one of those like the later in the day the winds get worse.
The high tomorrow is 84.
It's supposed to be high, I mean warm.
Gross.
What the heck?
It's supposed to be warm but windy.
Huh.
It'll be like being in a confection oven.
Okay.
Hot outside with a high wind. You'll cook evenly all around.
Man.
Okay.
It's here, guys.
Wear your
Spring is
sunscreen.
here. I'm excited. Get me in that pool. I mean, I don't have a pool, but I mean, I could find one.
Yeah. I'm sure your neighbors have one. Just jump in there.
Yeah, right?
As long as they're not home.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. Coming up here in just a few, we got slow motion theater. That's Sam's favorite thing we do.
I love slow motion theater.
It's so cool. But if you didn't hear, Conor McGregor, he is in jail currently. Probably going to get out very soon. He got charged with assault.
Gosh, dude, this is crazy. Yeah, if you hadn't
He
heard...
assaulted a bus.
Yeah. If you hadn't heard already, Conor McGregor from the UFC went crazy yesterday. He was stripped of his lightweight title because he hasn't fought since 2016. They're tired of waiting for him. So the UFC said, we're taking your belt away. There's a match this weekend. The winner's going to be the new champ. He didn't like that. He got on a private jet from Ireland, came all the way to Brooklyn, New York, and attacked a bus full of UFC fighters. And people were saying this has got to be staged. There's no way. How is this real? Sadly, it is very real. And Conor McGregor has been charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor assault, 1 count of felony criminal mischief. He turned himself in to the New York Police Department. As I mentioned, he unexpectedly showed up to the media event on Thursday at the Barclays Arena and was caught on camera throwing a hand dolly through a window of a bus that was carrying some UFC fighters. There were 3 fights that got changed because of it, or just knocked off the card because of injuries, or one of them was because one of his little cronies was part of the scuffle. But that was bad enough. Conor McGregor in jail currently. And then ESPN just broke news that Max Holloway, who is supposed to be fighting for this title, has been declared medically unfit to fight and pulled from the main event.
Wow.
So now they just lost their main fight.
Wow.
To be fair, Max Holloway accepted the fight on 6 days' notice, and he just couldn't safely make the 155-pound limit. And so, gosh, they're hoping that maybe Anthony Pettis, who lost his fight, will maybe step into the main event because...
Yeah.
But I will say this, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he is the one that Conor McGregor has beef with or whatever. And he was just quoted as saying this, to be honest, I don't want McGregor to go to jail. We have to fight. If we have to fight, let's fight. Send me the location, please. We have to fix this, me and you, one-on-one. But if you want 10-on-10, okay. I'll give his whole team a slap.
Wow.
And no one says anything. He comes with media, with cameras when I'm alone. Of course, I want to go outside the bus, but they don't let me leave the bus, and he knows this. They don't do nothing. I'm here waiting.
Beautiful.
Oh, my.
Khabib is a very terrifying Russian man who I think would dismantle Conor McGregor.
Well, joining us on the show is Richie Rick. He is owner of Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. He is manages several UFC fighters. He's at the top of the game when it comes to the UFC. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? What are you doing?
Dude, Richie Rick, help me, bro, because you know how much I've always loved Conor, and now I'm just like...
He thinks that this is, like, Conor's done, and I'm trying to say, no.
I think he seriously went in there with intent to harm. I think he's a thug and he's stupid.
Well, he went in there with the booger sugar, and he went a little too hard, is what it looks like. So, because, you know, what do they say about cocaine? It's not good. So, I think he was a little bit, I think he went a little too amped. He got about 20 buddies to slap him up, the Clay Guida, Diego Sanchez slap up, and then he went in there and lost his mind. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, these guys, they push it, and sometimes they push it too far, and obviously that was a little too far, and now the whole fight card is pretty much in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't listened in yet to you guys this morning, but Max Holloway's now out.
Yep.
So, I mean, Max Holloway's out, and now Anthony Pettis is in. So you got a fight card that started at, I don't know, 14, 15 fights a couple of weeks ago, now down to 10 fights, maybe 9.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer, but here's the thing: he's been a pain in Dana White's side for a while now. He hasn't wanted to defend his belt for a couple years. He wants to go into boxing, which the UFC didn't want him to do. And so here's what I do, because I guess I don't look the other direction, and it's a bad trait that I have, and it's kind of against the Bible. But I should look the other direction when people piss me off, right? That's what we're supposed to do. But Dana White's not that guy, and now we have legal issues, right? We have immigration issues. We have Dana White, who speaks to Donald Trump at the Republican convention.
Yeah.
So if it were me, I would mess his visa up, and I'd be like, peace, get out of the country. Floyd Mayweather's not going to fight you in Ireland, and, you can't fight in the United States anymore. So, yeah, this could be the end of him.
Yep.
Dana White's kind of vindictive, and, he hasn't had the ammo, right? Because everybody says, well, Conor's worth millions, and Conor, they need Conor. Well, it's like they don't want Conor to go anywhere else and hurt their business, right?
Yeah.
But if they could prevent Conor from going somewhere else, meaning just you don't get a visa anymore, I could see him blacking him out and keeping him over there,
And Dana even said, normally I would dive right in and do everything in my power to help one of my guys out, but not in this situation. He came into the Barclays Center, attacked our fighters, attacked my staff with a bunch of guys. Nope, you do not get my help on this one. So he is...
But he said the same thing about John Jones, remember? He was all done with John Jones, and then look at how many times that guy's messed up, and he brought him back.
All right, so if you could, we all like to, bet on sports, right? If you could hit a parlay and you could hit a home run, I mean, one dolly knocked out basically two major fights. I mean, like, he hit a home run with that dolly. I mean, he got glass. He cut somebody. He got glass in poor Ray Borg's eye.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he literally, there's no way to duplicate what he did. I don't think he could do that if he tried again.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a bad... It was bad actions, but it was bad luck too for the guys that were just happened to be sitting in that back then. And we've all made those transports hundreds of times, and we've all sat in there. And for a minute there, I thought Rose Namajunas was going to pull off. Tony Baselli was these guys that I know out in Colorado, who's one of Rosa's coaches, she took off on foot, and
But
she has
Ricky, let's be real. Is it bad luck or did they just win the lottery? Because he's going to have to pay a lot of money now. They just became instant millionaires if they weren't already.
No, they're not going to become instant millionaires. I mean, it's based upon the type of injury that you received and, of course, loss of income, but I'm sure the UFC will compensate him for that. I mean, yeah, they're going to get some money out of it, but, I mean, poor Ray Borg might lose, if he loses an eye, then, yeah, man, what's an eye worth? Yeah, maybe some money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a couple cuts on your forehead and pulling out of a fight, yeah. I mean, it's all relative based upon your injuries, just like a car accident. But, unfortunately... I mean, if I was in that van, I'd have been rubbing glass in my eyes.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly what I would have done.
No!
I would have wanted to be next to that. The window.
Absolutely not. I will say,
that was a joke. Raised my friend. I felt bad for him. He really did get glass in his eye. But we all thought about it, right?
Yeah. Dana White, I did not. No, Dana White told ESPN he had a tech session with Conor McGregor after the incident and said that McGregor was apologetic about the people he wasn't trying to hurt, but he felt that the Khabib thing had to be done. Like, he's still not apologetic entirely about the situation. So Dana said that this is just crazy. It's out of character for Conor or any of my fighters. Crazy things happen in sports in the history of the UFC, but this is definitely the worst thing that has ever happened. This is not Conor McGregor, or at least not the Conor McGregor that I know. And as you mentioned, I mean, he was arrested. He turned himself into the authorities, to the New York Police Department, and his passport has been tagged. So now he can't leave the country. So
no, he can't. He just left the police station in handcuffs. Do you guys see that picture?
Yeah. So
you guys are like TMZ. You guys know more than everything. Holy
he's
cow!
in a lot of trouble, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
we are like TMZ, by the way. We know everything.
You are. You are. You guys know all kinds of stuff. Did you guys know what I did last night?
No,
absolutely. I know what you did last night.
What did I do?
You were out
for the
last
right
night.
amount of money. I'm just kidding.
Do you want me to say?
People are asking Dana if he's going to fire Conor, and he said this is bigger than Conor McGregor getting fired. There's so many more moving pieces to this thing. I think this really is a potential career ender. I really do.
It could be. It could be. I mean, especially with all the, the immigration, implications with, you committed a crime. He's on a work visa. He's not on a residence visa.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get to come to the United States and commit crimes and get to keep your visas. That's not how that works. And of course, you have money to defend it. And you have attorneys, but it's really hard to defend throwing a dolly through a window when it's on video.
Yep.
This is not, a type of a crime where no one was injured and it was just, okay, I was just angry and I threw this. It wasn't a big deal. Now you ruined some guys' livelihoods for, how they feed their families, American citizens, and you came in there with a gang of hooligans. And so it'll be interesting to see how it shakes down, because the guys who let him in the arena were the guys that run his website. So they've got all the footage so it was pretty coordinated to bring a pretty big crew of those guys in. They coordinated the door to come through. They coordinated to get to Khabib. And those Russian guys, man, they don't play around. They're
not.
Like,
they do not.
I hate to, they're almost, and I hate to say this because it sounds racist, but terroristic. I mean, they're very, very much, I've hung around them.
Yeah.
They're very nice people.
They're
very devout. They're very devout Muslims that are very, very much on the crazy side. And the things that I've seen with these guys, they're not, I don't like to be on fight cards where they all roll together because it's scary.
Yeah. So you think they might, Conor could, he might be in big trouble, not just with what's going on, but with the Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to start a race war here, but the Irish guys, they're pretty dangerous too. So
yeah,
I mean, the Russians did what they did. Conor came in with his guys, and it's not a good thing, to even have any of that stuff going on. But the Russian guys, when we were in Tampa for Dawson's fight, and we were at the hotel, and about 1 a.m, I thought, I don't know what was going on, but it was probably about 200 cars rolled in, all Russians, to our hotel.
Wow.
They were screaming out Khabib. He comes out of his room. It was like the Pope came out. It was,
wow.
It was literally, it's the weirdest thing. Like, I hate being around it. It's just that bizarre. And so,
wow.
Conor's teammate was there. He was alone. A group of those guys came up and they started mouthing off to Artem, and he was in a position where, of course, they didn't throw dollies or assault him, but, they bullied him, and Conor was sticking up for his buddy in the wrong way, and he got a little out of control. But
out of control. Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean,
This is like real life gangs in New
cool that
York.
the Russians cornered.
Gosh, this is
It wasn't
insane.
cool that the Russians did that to Artem either.
Right. No,
And,
it's not. Meanwhile,
you know.
so I remember the Storm said, meanwhile, the WWE riding high with Ronda and Brock main eventing WrestleMania this weekend. Woo! That's
This might be
hilarious.
the highest grossing pay-per-view with no fights on it ever.
Yeah.
That's got to be a record,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
they're down to like 10 fights, and
It's terrible.
everybody is, as much as I say, like, maybe it's not worth buying. I mean, it's worth buying. You know? So, not that I'm getting paid pay-per-view points on this ad. But go out and buy a pay-per-view on DirecTV.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I know.
Not getting paid.
Oh, man.
Not getting paid. But, yeah.
See, okay, so
Craziness.
here's the deal, though, because a lot of Starmy members are chiming in, saying things like, "There's no way this is either staged or like this one."
Come on.
Let's be honest. He brings in a ton of money. He'll never be fired. He's a celebrity. He brings in the cash. He'll be back in the ring by the end of this year. What do you think?
To the people that say that, there were people from Albuquerque that are friends of mine that were on that bus that were in a bad position, and that was not staged. There are videos of Michael Chiesa's head bleeding on the van. Like,
gosh.
this is not fake. People were
This isn't the
injured.
WWE.
So, but let's face it, like, this is not ping pong. This is fighting. Like, what I mean, people say, "Oh, this is staged." Punching each other in the face is not staged. Violence is not staged. It's traumatic. It is what it is, and so there's nothing staged about this. I mean, it's like when there's a street fight or whatever, people all circle around to watch. When you throw a dolly, people get cut, people get punched. It's not staged. It's just most of these guys, and what you don't realize when people in the fight business is that you are not normal to get punched in the head. Something is off, and it just is. You come from something. You come from a broken home. You come from the loss of when you're a young child, you were abused. I mean, 90% of the guys that I deal with have a past, a history of something in their lives that led them to use this as an outlet. And then there's those smaller percentage of guys, like 10%ers, that are just like Tim Kennedy's, where you're just like, this is an amazing human being who had nothing, and you just look at them and they're like, why fighting, right? And they just love martial arts.
Yeah.
And so some people are just passionate about martial arts. 90% of them come from something that leads them to want to be martial artists, that helps them find their way. And so, it's kind of a long answer to this being staged, but mixed martial artists and boxers, they're not normal. Something is not right, and that's why they choose that path.
Yeah.
Well, Ricky, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So just, I've got some tips on if anybody ever messes with you guys on how to, use your back to throw the dolly.
Okay, no, that's not.
Lift with
Not
your
a
knees.
thing.
Lift with your knees.
Always with your knees.
Trash can
Always
hurling.
with your knees.
All right. Richie Rick, everybody.
All right.
Thanks
There
so
you go.
much.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye. Ricky Consteady, he manages quite a few UFC fighters and, part of Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. And just a really sweet man.
He's not wrong, though, about it being the fight industry, and that's one thing that's always been difficult for me because my boys love watching certain UFC fighters, and it's like you see that much aggression because, yes, it is a sport and it is entertainment, but, man, then you see these guys, and for some of them, it stinks because I always really actually liked Conor McGregor, and I just can't because it's very thug life, very... I mean, that's not a sport. There's nothing gentlemanly about throwing a hand dolly through a window, and
that's just drugs.
Ray
man.
Borg could lose an eye.
Yeah.
Like it's really tragic, is what it is.
You're right. Yeah, I bet you Ricky was right. He's probably on cocaine, and then you have all
Which is
your
really
posse,
sad.
your entourage, pumping you up, slapping you in the face, getting you all like amped up, and that's what happens. He walked
unfortunate.
in there with all of his crew and did that.
His documentary just released on Netflix.
Yeah, I need to watch.
I mean,
that.
he came from nothing, you know, and sometimes you see these stories of these guys that come from nothing and they forget.
Tommy Gunn, perfect example.
Okay, shut up. That's a movie. That's not real.
It's a documentary called
Nope.
Rocky.
Rocky
5.
Yeah, that's not real.
Okay,
it's not real, buddy.
Tommy Gunn had it all.
But you forget where you came from, honestly.
Yeah.
And you lose that humility. And I mean, and it's not just in the fight industry. We've sadly seen this everywhere, including the pulpit. We've seen it, where you forget where God has put you, where God has placed you, and you start thinking like, I did this. I did this with my own skill and my own merit, my own whatever. And
the ego is a powerful
yeah,
man.
And how the mighty fall.
thing. Yeah.
How the mighty fall, unfortunately. So it's a sad, sad tale, and I'm bummed that I got to tell my kids, like, hey, this guy that your dad liked, not cool, man. Sorry, another one of the household heroes fell.
But there's also that redemption story, and you hope that, you know,
You really do.
He learns
Yes, I
from
really
his
do.
mistakes.
Yeah.
And,
He's still a kid.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. So, I introduced my wife to cage fighting when we were dating.
Whoa, you
And,
guys were cage fighting when you were dating?
No.
Well, or just
No.
watching it. You guys
I'm
yourselves
so
weren't
lost.
cage fighting.
Wow. Like, how did that happen? It was like, honey, we got to, like, you're not doing the dishes enough, or I'm not doing the laundry enough. You know what? We just got to get some aggression out. Cage fighting.
Well, no. She came over one day at my mom's, and I was watching King of the Cage, and she's like, "What's this?" This is only the amazing stuff in the world. So she started watching me. She got so excited, she gave me a rear naked choke, and I had to turn it off.
Okay.
And she was not allowed to watch any kind of cage fighting with me anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens with children and spouses, apparently. So that's good. That's good. I love it.
Can my youngest daughter tell you something, Steve-O?
Yes?
Okay, hang on. Here you go. Hey, talk. Just talk. Talk.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Spawn.
Spawn who?
Credit.
Amazing.
Are you there?
You need to tell
I
your
can understand.
kid to work on that. Work on it and call us back.
Her and Dilbert need to work on their material. So
Right.
there you go.
All right. Jeez. That was good. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in.
Just
or,
to be sure, we don't condone cage fighting your spouse.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's not good.
No.
It's never okay.
No. I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't a huge UFC fan, actually. Like his story, you know, my wife and I came into the sport together because we just happened to interview Sugar Rashad Evans, who was the light heavyweight champion at the time. He trained out of Jackson's gym, and we got to spend some time with him, and he was the nicest dude on the planet. And we wanted to watch his fight that weekend. And then he got knocked out by Machida. And it was really sad and tragic. And I was like, I don't like this. I just thought he was really nice. But for some reason, we stuck with it, and we really enjoyed the sport of it after that. But gosh, man. It's tragic, guys.
All right. Now, Sam, you know how I feel when you talk about baseball.
I'm sorry. I just dozed off.
Man.
Was there stuff happening?
Yeah.
All I heard was wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah, wah,
exactly.
wah.
That's exactly what I hear when you
Well,
talk baseball.
The difference is baseball is way better.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Preach. Preach.
Okay.
No, I was intrigued.
Yeah.
and
disgusted by
even
the
more
actions of a
resolved
human.
why I don't watch UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that doesn't really
I'm just
represent the
teasing.
UFC. You know?
I'm just
Like-
no. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. I just never have really been into that. Now I will watch big fights every once in a while. I love Olympic boxing.
Yeah.
I will watch that because I just think those two athletes going at each other for an Olympic gold medal is just American.
Yeah, this whole thing with Conor, it sounds like a Gangs of New York situation.
It
You got the
does.
Irish
It's a circus.
versus the Russians,
It's
and
terrible.
I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't escalate into like people actually dying because, I mean, in the bus there are people on the bus. I'm assuming the Russian. I don't know who it was, but they were saying we're going to kill that guy. We
Yeah,
are going
it's
to
terrible.
kill him,
Yeah.
and so, ugh.
Yeah. Hope it all resolves.
Yeah.
Peacefully.
Yeah. It usually does with fighters,
I was going to
you
say
know?
there's usually
Yeah.
They're also known for chess, so that
Yes.
just a solid chess match to determine the winner.
I always think it's funny that at the press conferences they almost go to blows.
Yeah.
Oftentimes
Yeah.
at the weigh-ins and the
Yep.
yeah.
All right, we
Okay.
got to take a break. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Stardia Studios, Slow Motion Theater, when we come back.
You are my strong tower.
Cutlass in concert. Cutlass at Inn of the Mountain Gods on Friday, May 11th. Dove award-winning band Cutlass. Information and tickets are available at inofthemountaingods.com.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Minor Listeners must be accompanied by an adult. Into the Mountain Gods supports Star 88.
Star 88 thanks Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans for becoming a power partner. Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans provides VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional home loans for purchase and refinance mortgages. Jake Canales, Doorway Home Loans, 505-261-5138. Doorway.com/Jake-Canales. Jake Can. Philippians 4:13. NMLS number 310617. Doorway Home Loans, a DBA of International City Mortgage Incorporated. NMLS number 222730.
What if there were no tomorrow? How would you live today?
Hotspot. We're the body of Christ. We're the expression of Jesus Christ by what we do. And if we don't do it, that part of the glory of God is diminished.
In this smoking hotspot, Skip Heitzig says when it comes to love, put the pedal to the metal.
When you love people, give it all you've got. When you love people, hold nothing back in your love for them. Love people like you're trying to win the Love Olympics.
Visit connectwithskip.com. It is overflowing with full-length nuggets like this.
And if the love of God is poured out in your heart, that means no one in your circle should ever be love-starved.
Get the Skip Heitzig podcast on your mobile device wherever you download your audio.
When prayer is fervent, when love is preeminent, and when serving is prominent, then God is glorified, the church is edified, and the world is notified that God is real. Hotspot.
This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Time beside the cold, I find you in trouble, and to be the one I love the most. We've wasted time, you said alright, we'll find a cure if we can hold on. Holding on is the hardest part when your body could lie beneath the dirt. Blame, it's always on the inside. It's in my heart, stuck in my head. It's a feel in my heart, maybe my love slipped away. In the deepest part, I'm finding grace. You don't have to find another one, 'cause I'm right
Come with me and we'll be in a world of pure morning invasion. Open your ears and you'll hear an assault of oral sensation. We'll begin with a grin, traveling on a wave of starry station. What we'll hear will incur fascination.
Face down. I've got more secrets than you'll ever know. Another year and you won't let it go. Too many times I told myself to hold on, but it's too late for me. Now I'm as good as gone.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Friday. Thank you to Britt Romney and Seth McVeigh for providing breakfast for us. You guys are so great. I love you.
That was very kind of them.
That was very kind.
For the two of us. I'm sorry, they took our order at like 7 o'clock.
That's all right. I'm not hurt.
Here, do you want some?
No, I got coffee from.
There you go.
Heidi brought coffee.
Yep.
So I got coffee. I'm good.
That's good.
And Britt probably forgot I was in the studio today.
She probably did.
Yeah,
she did. Yeah.
I'm in on every Friday. You know, that's all.
Man, that's it.
So that's Britt Romney.
That's Britt Romney.
I didn't actually meet her, but I started putting it together.
Oh.
Their little boy is adorable.
Yeah, he is.
He's a
Their
handsome
son looks exactly like Calvin. From
Yeah,
Calvin
dude,
and
he
Hobbes.
totally does. When you said that, I was like, he sure
He
does.
just needs like a red striped shirt.
Yeah, and a tiger.
And a tiger.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's
one of the greatest comic strips ever.
It really
Calvin and
is.
Hobbes.
Yep.
That and Zitz.
I have
Oh,
no
Zitz is-
idea
what is
what
Zitz?
Zitz is.
Zitz is
What's
about
Zitz?
teenage adolescent. It's a teenage son and his parents, and it is. Oh my gosh!
Zitz comic.
Oh gosh, it is.
Huh.
It's fantastic.
I mean, it's
Really?
no The Far Side.
Yeah, true.
I loved The Far Side.
Far Side was great. That's where I get when people talk about the movie The Last of the Mohicans. I always say my favorite was the next to the Last of the Mohicans. I got that from Far Side.
That's hilarious.
All my best material I stole from somebody else.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. See, so maybe Dilbert does need to take that advice from earlier.
Right?
Steal material.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go steal some ibuprofen. I didn't get any during the break.
I'm sorry.
I can't move, guys.
You were too busy eating your
That's
oatmeal that I
fine.
didn't get any.
You guys can text in 505-585-LIVE. You guys can also call in at 505-338-3700. And good morning, Facebook Live. You can go there and watch the show. Patrick, Seth, what's happening? YouTube Live. Thanks for joining us, guys. What's up, Kevin, Jewel? Hanging out on YouTube. And let's see, where are we at? We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close.
What is it?
We need 65 more.
Oh.
Yeah. No, wait. Is that
Really
yeah,
close.
65 more.
Don't ask me. I got to D in math several times.
75 more? We have 935. That's 75 more? Or 65 more?
65.
65. That's what I thought.
Wow, I did that in my head.
Good job.
If Brenda
Yeah.
was listening, she'd be proud.
Go subscribe, guys. we want to hit 1,000.
That reminds me, I need to go subscribe.
Oh, you haven't yet?
I don't even know if I have a YouTube account to subscribe.
Well,
I guess I could set one up.
Do you have a Google account?
I do.
All right, so
Can I do it that way?
So basically, when you sign in when you subscribe, it'll say sign in with your Google account,
Oh, okay.
and then that's what you do. You
I'll do
just-
that.
Boom.
I'll
It's
do
easy.
that so I can subscribe to
Yeah.
the YouTube channel.
We'd appreciate that, guys. We need you guys to get on that. I don't know. We have Britt Romney over at Facebook. She's kind of like taking the lead. I don't know if we really have anybody over on YouTube yet that's kind of taking the lead. Booty says maybe he has, but I don't see very much interaction with Booty. So I'm going to say he's not the guy for the job. So we need somebody to step up and kind of take control of the YouTube page and try to fire people up. Because Britt does a great job on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I will say there's more people watching on YouTube than on Facebook.
Right now?
Mhm.
Right this minute.
Right this minute. So
that is up to the minute information.
Yeah, exactly
Real
right.
time. We call that real time.
that's called real time right there.
There you go.
Guys. It's real time. All right, you guys ready for everybody's favorite segment?
The morning invasion.
That's going to get us fired
brings
someday.
you slow motion theater.
That's how Steve was moving today.
Yeah, right? What we do is we take clips of the show. Sometimes you guys request us to slow-mo certain things that we talked about. And we just slow them down really slow, and it sounds really funny. So that's what I did. And here's Janae Heitzik.
Nate has done it to me, and I have done it to Nathan.
Yeah.
As weird as that is, when we
No, you're fine.
transitioned into a spoon, we had to literally try with clothes. You know, like you guys are horrible. But we had to try like bare skin.
I mean,
We had to try
want to
bare
go down
skin.
the throat,
and
you're
so
like,
I We did, because we spotted with their clothes on and they couldn't feel it. Then we
This is
did
horrible.
bare skin, and that was enough to leave a sting. And so you have to try it on yourself.
Okay.
Even having the padding, put a diaper on your arm.
Jumping
or
into this
put it on
conversation
your
is great.
thigh.
Wait, what?
This is terrible.
And then see and spank and see if you feel it. And if you
Yeah.
feel it enough that you know Cambridge is gonna feel it, then you're golden.
Yeah.
I need some more context.
Dude. Wow.
Man, if you just think about all the people that jumped in the middle of that conversation yesterday during
Yep.
Shock Therapy Live, that was awkward. Like, what was she talking about?
Her
Nate
and
and her
Nate
trying
spanking
what?
each other?
Okay.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, with the spoon. They were trying out the spoon technique.
We were talking about discipline.
Because they were going to spank their child with the spoon.
But you don't know how to judge like the pain or the whatever, because you don't
velocity.
really want to hurt them. That's not the purpose of it. Gosh, that was great.
That was a really good
That
one.
was probably one of the best.
It really was.
Slow motion theaters you've ever done. That was great.
All right. Well, we did the story earlier this week about a mom who tased her son when he wouldn't get out of bed.
A mom used a taser on her son to wake him up for church on Easter. Sharon Dobbins from Phoenix wanted her 16-year-old son to wake up early on Sunday to go to church for Easter. Where she says, quote, I said, get up! It's Jesus' day!
Oh, gosh.
Well,
sounds so deep.
The 16-year-old son wasn't getting out of bed. So she tased him on the leg. I said, get up, it's Jesus' day. I don't think I did anything wrong. Because you're supposed to put God first. And that's all I was trying to tell my kids, put God first.
My God.
He was like, Mom, I'm calling police. I say you can call police, UPS, DPS, whoever you want to call. Police
UPS.
were on the phone, and I told dispatcher, I told her, I say, you need to be with Jesus right now.
Did you tase your son?
No, I made the noise with the taser. But I did not tase my son.
She's a liar. She did tase.
She totally tased her son.
They found marks on his
marks.
leg.
No, marks on his leg. Leg marks. They found leg marks.
leg
That sounds like an 80s rocker, dude.
leg marks, yes. Oh, my gosh. Did you hear about that story, Sam?
I did.
Isn't that crazy?
I did, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy, man, that more parents aren't like that with their kids.
Yeah. Well, sometimes children can drive us to do crazy
Yeah,
things. That's
that's
why
true.
we have to practice self-discipline.
Yeah, right?
And anger management.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good call.
Absolutely. Or you could just throw a dolly through a bus window.
No, it's never a good way to handle.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Don't do that.
We get a lot of voicemails. I thought I'd slow down a voicemail.
G'day. We're back again with another episode of Adventures in the Wild with Owen Stevens.
Gosh.
We've got a special treat for you today. Often, creatures from the wild appear in not so wild places.
Okay, well, that wasn't as good as I thought it'd be. I mean,
Hey, you don't.
I
You,
gotta give it a shot.
You never know.
You never know
until you try.
You never know. I always judge it off of like if we laugh at it and there was just kind of
They
nothing.
can't all be home runs.
That's true.
Some of them.
The morning invasion.
There it is, guys. Request something if you want it. We'll slow it down. And don't forget, if you have iTunes and you download the show, there's like an option that you can slow down the podcast while you're listening on iTunes. Yeah, you can do it. Like you can make it sound fast, or you can slow it down like half speed, and it's hilarious.
Oh,
it's really funny. You can
go check that out.
Slow mo anytime you want. There you go.
Check that out.
Yep. And by the way, Chip, if you're listening, we've done slow motion theater for 1.5 years now. Okay, thank you.
What is that?
Just reminding him. Thank you. He forgets. He forgets sometimes. He forgets.
You're talking about the boss, Chip?
Yeah.
What? Why?
I thought you were talking about Chip Gaines.
No.
From Fixer Upper.
No, Chippers.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think when we do slow motion theater, this is our last show. like we're done. Like we're gonna get fired. Nah. But we've been doing it for 1.5 years.
I don't. Why would you get fired for just rebroadcasting something that you said at regular speed?
I mean, let's see.
I know.
Why would they fire you for doing it at half speed?
I don't know. You're right.
Because it's
just
the
as
same
offensive
material.
at
It's
regular
just
speed.
exactly right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The morning invasion. We can be offensive at any speed.
Yep.
The more you know.
That's Pastor Sam Swan
Thank
from
you
the
very
Baptist
much.
Convention of New Mexico. We are
serve.
65 human beings away from 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Our girl Jay Marie was like, let's get this going, y'all. Let's share it. If you guys would be so kind as to share our YouTube channel. We need 65 subscribers. We've been saying we want to get to 1,000, and I can't believe how close we actually already are. This is pretty amazing. So, yeah, man. That's really, really exciting. You know what else is really, really, really exciting? YouTube.com/star88fm. We are 3 weeks away from Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, my gosh. No kidding.
3 weeks,
That's
guys.
all? Oh, man.
Listen, they have finally shown it to certain individuals, and the first takes on it are insane.
Oh, really?
Wait, what?
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm like trying not to read anything because everybody's saying the same thing. We just saw the first 30 minutes of Avengers Infinity War. Can't say too much. Way ambitious. Switches tones between different groups, like the Guardian sequence had a very different look, feel, and soundtrack to the New York scenes. It's going to be funny. Still no Hawkeye.
Ooh, still no
There's
Hawkeye.
a lot of speculation about Hawkeye because he hasn't been seen.
Yeah, because nobody knows.
He's not in any of the movie
Budget
posters.
cuts, man. Budget cuts. They don't need the Green Arrow guy.
The Green Arrow guy.
You can't mix your universe. Even I know that.
But I mean, think about this. He's been a part of the Avengers since the beginning, and you look,
And he's not in the poster?
He's not in any of the posters, and his name, Jeremy Renner, isn't even on the title.
Well, then he won't be in it. Why would he be in it then?
Why wouldn't he be in it? Is the question. We last saw him in Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, didn't he sort
fighting
of
on the side of
semi-retire?
Cap, right?
He came out of retirement to fight,
help.
and then
He wants to be on with his family,
ran away
man.
with his family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows, man?
maybe retirement's not all it's cracked up to be.
The Russo brothers this week put out a pretty awesome statement. They are the directors of the film, and the Russos shared a letter about not spoiling the Avengers movie, and I thought it was pretty great because people are going to inevitably say some things. They wrote a letter, and here it is. To the greatest fans in the world, we're about to embark on the Avengers Infinity War press tour. We'll be visiting fans all over the world, screening only a limited amount of selected footage from the film in order to avoid spoiling the story for future viewers. This is the first time, like, they're not even showing the entire film on these press tours. Usually they show the whole film, everybody gives their reviews. They're only showing about 30 minutes of footage because they apparently some big stuff's gonna happen, guys.
Man.
There was an idea
No, stop it. Samuel L. Jackson, we don't need you right now.
to bring together a group of remarkable people
Stop it!
to see if we could become something more.
Will you knock it off? We don't have time to watch this.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
And that's how we got the morning invasion.
That's right.
That they never could.
Jinx.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe.
Can I get back to this letter? You're ruining it.
But this
Really loud.
Man, you always ruin the trailers.
They continue. We will not screen the film in its entirety until its Los Angeles premiere shortly before the global release. Everyone involved with the film has worked incredibly hard for the past 2 years, maintaining the highest level of secrecy. Only a handful of people actually know the film's true plot, which is crazy to think about. We're asking that when you see Infinity War in the coming months, that you maintain that same level of secrecy so that all fans can have an equal experience when they watch it for the first time. Don't spoil it for others the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. Good luck. Happy viewing, the Russo brothers.
What do they mean?
Hashtag Thanos demands your silence.
So here's what's going to happen.
No, dude.
Thanos is going to pick fights because he's here, and then the Avengers are going to fight him, and then they're going to kill him.
Shut up.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay. We don't know that, though.
Okay.
And like, only a handful of people, only a handful of people know the true plot of the film is very interesting to me because I'm like, well, what does that mean? It has been shrouded in secrecy. And I honestly don't think they would try and give anything away in trailers because they want everybody to experience the chaos and the craziness. I mean, we haven't even seen Thanos' guys really, except for like a very split second, the Black Order, which I'm stoked on.
You're such a nerd.
I am a nerd!
This movie, it's part of a larger
There's 2 films.
Series.
Okay, get out of my life.
There's like
yeah, I want to know.
Is this like the first time the Avengers have made an appearance?
Stop it.
I'm confused about this too.
I don't know.
Shut up.
Is this part of a universe kind of a thing? I don't. I'm a little confused.
Can the Flash show up?
No, shut up.
And Batman?
Flash
Like,
can-
where are
but
they?
his,
Why
but
don't
his
they come and
name
help?
can be a character name in one of the other Marvel
Right?
movies, which I thought was brilliant.
Y'all mock now. You're going to walk out of that movie theater with like your jaw on the floor, having to pick it back up, realizing how brilliant of a movie that was.
Hey, don't you tell me how to react to
I'm
movies.
telling you how to react. Oh, I'm telling
Don't you tell me how to. I will come out. I'm just going to cry. I'm going to cry at the movie.
I will say, as a nerdy fan, when I was a kid, there was a series of comics called The Infinity Gauntlet, and that's kind of what it was based upon. Because back then, you didn't have all those crossovers. It wasn't like Captain America and Wolverine and all these guys. Oh, they're in the same comic book together. You didn't have the X-Men teaming up with anybody. It was just like, this is a Spider-Man comic.
Right.
This is so the first time like Wolverine was in a Spider-Man, I freaked out. So the Infinity Gauntlet, it took the entire Marvel universe to try and fight Thanos.
Right.
And it was like, I was just geeking out because it was like, oh my gosh, the Thing!
Yeah.
The Thing is literally just standing there next to Doctor Strange. This is so cool.
Is it the Thing from the Nothing?
Gosh!
Nerd smell is overwhelming.
Yeah, it is.
I cannot wait to see
Smells
this
like
movie.
Old Spice swagger.
It's going to be so good.
So good.
That is good, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
just saying it's
Yeah.
Because think about this, and something they did say when they're talking about it within watching some of the footage. To this point, Guardians of the Galaxy has only been directed by James Gunn, so it's very lighthearted in nature, it's very colorful in nature, and the music has played a very important part to the Guardians of the Galaxy films. This is set in a whole different tone, you know? So what's it going to be like when they're all colliding together on screen at the same time? It could be incredible, or it could be like...
Schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Can't
However,
figure itself
they
out.
did Captain America Civil War, and they did a pretty good job juggling everybody's story.
They really did.
We'll see you guys 3 weeks from today.
Beautiful.
Avengers Infinity War, and mark our words, or at least mine, I think it's going to become the #1 highest grossing film of all time. I do.
That's a
tall task.
That's a bold prediction. However,
I think it's going to.
not outside of the realm of possibility. I think I'm leaning that way myself.
Yeah, I think it will be.
It's gonna be a nerd talk all day long. Steve-O, you can't stop talking. It's Sam Swan. Here we go. Nerd talk all day, every day. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wow.
Yo.
You shouldn't do these.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do these every
Boy.
Gosh.
Come on, my sidekick, yo.
This is terrible.
Here we go. One more time.
We're talking
Oh.
Avengers and the Marvel Universe. It's going down 3 weeks from today. We're gonna walk and talk about these comics. It's gonna be great with all of these heroes. We got Captain America. He's my favorite from childhood. Well, not technically, but that's owned by Fox, so we can't talk Cable or Deadpool. PG-13 is the best that we got. Rated R movies, we got to stop, cause we're gonna keep it going on and on with these Marvel movies till the break of dawn. But we gotta take a break, so I'm gonna stop rapping and get out of your face.
Yeah.
You're okay. I mean, it's not the
it was
best.
decent.
It's not nothing like
to
Sam
be
and
fair,
I.
I'm on pain meds, guys. It's not working
Way
out
to go,
for me.
brother. That was awesome.
Oh, God. Thank you, Brother Sam. Brother Sam from the Baptist Convention of New Mexico. All right.
Morning Invasion.
We'll be right back before you can do the alphabet backwards.
ZYXW.
Not starting now.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders needs a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to educate students spiritually, academically, and physically. Our philosophy is to prepare students for the work God has for them. We endeavor to challenge each student spiritually through daily Bible classes and discipleship. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is accredited with the Association of Christian Teachers and Schools, North Central and the state of New Mexico. Located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque. Call 505-883-4674 to learn more or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Darius Daniels with a solar flare. Just because God isn't talking to you about the problem doesn't mean he isn't working on the answer. A solar flare on Star 88.
Out of your milk, out of your milk. Why do you owe, why do you owe? So more than you got, more than you got. So more than you know, more than you know. The moon's right there in front of me, I can see with my mouth. Right there inside of you, love and holding me down. The moon's right there in front of me, I can see with my mouth. The moon's right there inside of you, love and holding me down. You're holding me down. Bottle of smoke, bottle of smoke. Follow the grid, follow the grid. But I spell the right, spell the right. When you spoil the kids, spoil the kids. And I just want a glimpse of it with my feet on the ground. And I'm not scared to climb, cause I heard the drum me down. I just want a glimpse of it with my feet on the ground. And I'm not scared to climb, cause I heard the drum me down. Cause this is the world I'm swimming in, swimming in. And this is the morning when I'm coming undone, undone. And this is the body I'm filling in. And this is the moment that we both run from, run from. Out of your milk, out of your milk.
Star PowerPoint from Billy Graham.
We're just going to shut up and let him preach it.
I read about a Roman slave girl who was given her freedom. And the girl jumps on the ground and says, "You've redeemed me, and I will serve you faithfully the rest of my life." Fallen men and women are on the auction block with no one to redeem us. We're lost. We're lost. We're going to judgment in hell. What are we going to do? That's where Jesus Christ came and died and shed his blood and gave his blood to pay for our sins and to redeem us. And if you are not under the blood, you're not going to go to heaven. You must be under the blood. You must be under the blood. Are you sure that that experience to repent of sin and receive Christ into your own heart?
Star 88, Star PowerPoint.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
In West Virginia, President Trump makes a pitch for his Mexico wall.
We're going to have the wall. We've already started building it. We have $1.6 billion. We've started building it and fixing miles and miles of wall that's already up and fenced.
EPA Chief Scott Pruitt's having his condo deal in D.C. reviewed.
The L.A. Fire Department is in what they call earthquake mode right now, where they send fire engines out to look at bridges and overpasses to make sure there's nothing wrong there.
Tiger Woods returned to the Masters. He shot a 1/73. He's 5 shots off the lead.
Authorities in Georgia don't suspect foul play after the body of a missing CDC scientist was found on the banks of a river near his home.
Barring new information coming forward, we may never be able to tell you how he got into the river.
Atlanta Police Major Michael O'Connor, Timothy Cunningham had been missing for 2 months.
The family of a Utah boy with Down syndrome drops a discrimination lawsuit against the Boy Scouts of America.
Goodyear motorhome tires caused crashes that killed or injured 95 people over 2 decades. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration last year began investigating whether its G159 tires are unsafe.
The Dow picked up 240 points, that's 1%. The NASDAQ gained 34 points, or 0.5%.
Oh.
Oh. Whoa. Good morning,
Sorry,
everyone.
nerding out.
Oh, welcome everybody to the show. Thanks for joining us from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex and Steve-O, Sam Swan.
Sam Swan's just showing me all of his nerd stuff.
Are you a nerd, Sam?
I just,
I think he just kind of beat me on like
I'm
cool nerd
quasi-nerd.
stuff because
I'm a nerd.
He was, we were talking Captain America off air, and he just showed me a comic book that I clearly don't have. It was from 1969.
No way!
That's before I was born, by the way.
Well,
The first appearance of Falcon?
I got it. A guy gave me his comic book collection when I was in high school, and that's how I got it.
Sick, man.
That's
sick.
so cool, man.
Yeah.
You were in high school. That was around the time of, like, you know, World War II and
So that's not worth
Captain
anything?
America. Oh, it's...
Yeah?
Define worth anything. Like,
How much is somebody willing to pay for it?
Superman is worth a couple million.
Yeah.
The first Falcon's worth a couple hundred.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I may
weird.
just hang on to it because it's cool for me
Yeah,
to be able
exactly.
to say I have the Captain America that has the first appearance of Falcon.
And you never know when you're going to need toilet paper.
That's right.
Shut up. Gosh.
You can sell it and get $200 worth of toilet paper.
Actually,
Exactly.
interestingly enough, recently, and I think it's been about a year now, actually, but Action Comics, like the first appearance of Superman, back in the day, it, you know, who knows if it was ever going to be worth anything. Someone used it for insulation for their home, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
And there was like renovations being done, and they found copies in the wall,
Yeah.
and they sold one of them for like a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
oh, so you joke?
Back in those days, they had to be resourceful.
They did,
Whatever
and
they
they
could
were.
find.
Yep.
They were.
Maybe I should say
Superman
we
comic.
had to be resourceful.
Yeah,
Since
That's
you
true.
equate me with that ancient time,
That's true.
even though I'm not that old. I mean, come on. I am old. There's no doubt. No denying that.
Nah, you're like a fine wine.
Yes.
What else, what can Baptists? What can we say? You're like a good cheese, because you're wine. We don't want to say that.
Why?
Because he's Baptist.
But Jesus, that was his first miracle.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Was it like Coors Cutter wine where there was no alcohol in it? We don't know.
We just know the flavor was really good.
It was really good
the
flavor.
best
They were
stuff.
like, this is like grape Kool-Aid.
This is
my jam.
This is the
He
best.
saved the best for last.
This is the best non-alcoholic grape wine we've ever had.
You know, if
Thank you, Lord.
If only the people at the wedding had said that and they had written it down in Scripture, we would know, and
We'd
we wouldn't be
know a
arguing
lot.
with each other.
A lot better.
Yeah. You know,
I don't have a problem with the fact that Jesus made
Turned
wine.
Yeah.
Turned water into wine.
He saved the party.
It's a cultural
He
thing.
was the original Napa Valley.
There you go. That doesn't mean that I have to drink it or have it in my presence or smell it on anybody's breath.
Wow.
Or anything like that.
What do you think his label was? Save your homes? Instead of Sutter Homes? What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
Now we're
Nazareth
stretching.
Valley?
Have you taken another pill? Are you
Actually, I
are
did.
you
I just had to
slipping-
take my back.
Are you slipping back into your back pain medication?
you guys just cut my mic if it starts getting to
Ladies
be too
and gentlemen,
much.
this is not slow
Yes,
motion theater.
sorry.
This is Steve-O on half of a muscle relaxer.
Mm-hmm.
So then we
Cabernet Sauvignon. No? Merlot, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of
Merlot. Oh, my cheeks are getting a
my
little
gosh.
rosé.
Oh, my.
Oh man.
Brilliant!
Oh, with all this wine, how come there's no cheese?
Oh.
That's what I tell my children when they start whining. With all this wine, we should have some cheese and crackers.
Oh, man.
I was a smart aleck parent.
Yeah.
Which is probably why
I like Star 88.
all my kids need therapy.
Yeah, you do. You need therapy. Yeah. You do. Don't blame it on the kids, man.
Okay.
I think you need therapy.
Yeah, see? She said it.
Jeez.
She said it right there.
She speaks truth.
Guys, we're almost done, and we need you guys to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe if you haven't yet. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Have we added any since
I think we
we've been-
topped out on listeners. I don't know.
Topped out on listeners.
I think like we've asked all of our listeners, and
to
they've
be
all done
fair,
it.
not everybody knows how to
Sam didn't.
subscribe to a YouTube channel because when we were kicking it for Easter, I had to like show the Petersons how. It's like, well, you go to YouTube.com.
I think we only have 937 listeners.
88 FM. There's a subscribe button. If you have a Gmail account, you log in with your Gmail or your Google account, and it's just that easy.
I just watch videos on YouTube. I don't sign into it.
What if we created a video on YouTube about how to subscribe to a
on
YouTube channel?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Okay.
I probably could have, with a couple of clicks, figured it out. But thanks for telling me how to do it, Dex. And thanks for telling everybody the 900 listeners that we have.
We have 937. I think that's how many listeners we have. I mean, we could have 938 with you, Sam.
Yes.
So we'd appreciate it if you get on that as soon as possible.
Okay.
Listeners
It's not that
chiming in.
hard.
How about the Pinot Sauvignon?
Oh, I like that.
Nice one.
That's a good one.
Nice one.
Yeah.
A friend
White
of mine,
as snow, Zinfandel.
White as snow. A friend of mine just texted in and said, "Age is just a number, bro. You're just fermenting." I'm just fermenting. I'm just now getting to that fermenting
Boom.
stage.
I love it.
Thank you, Keith Kilpatrick, youth pastor at West Main Baptist Church in Artesia, New Mexico.
Shout out.
Hey, how did Easter
I just
go?
shouted out. Easter,
Yeah.
was fantastic.
We didn't get a chance to ask you about
Yeah,
that.
it was great. We had our pastor Bill Connors preached an amazing message, and we celebrated the resurrection. It was a good day. It was a good day of celebration.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
can, like, I know this is going to sound like a well-duh statement, hanging out with your Christian bros, but like Easter never gets old.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I hear you. I hear you.
We did the sunrise service, and I cry.
Yeah.
I'm an emotional dude, but like every time Skip does an altar call,
Yeah.
you just see these people like coming forward because they're just like, I want Jesus. I want this life change. I cry every time.
Yeah.
I was just standing up there pretending like I was too cool for school with my sunglasses on because it's like, I don't want.
He was. I had to wipe the tears out of his eyes.
Shut up. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I seriously had sunglasses on because it's like, I don't. But then I looked over and it was like, it never gets old. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't talk.
Yeah,
Because I love it, man.
It is an amazing thing.
It's just that reminder. Like, God is not done with you, whoever you are listening. Like, It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you've done. Like, it's incredible.
What's cool is I didn't even realize this. We work with there's this guy I actually helped get a job here. He's a friend of mine named Andrew. He's one of the coolest dudes ever. And I didn't realize last year him and it was his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah,
like
his wife.
They went to Sunrise Service and she gave her life to Christ. She went forward, and I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I
so
love
cool.
I love it, man.
Really amazing.
Anytime a person gives their life to Christ, that is fantastic.
It should be celebrated.
So it should be celebrated.
Yeah.
But on Resurrection Sunday,
yep,
when somebody gives their life to Christ, that just it is just even a deeper reminder of the great sacrifice that Christ did, gave himself on the cross, gave himself up for us, took our place, and gave us the opportunity to be restored in a right relationship with him because of the resurrection. Yeah, man. So it's a wonderful, cool thing to behold.
Yeah.
And I will say this, that when I was on staff at a church all those years and getting ready for Easter weekend was crazy busy for church staff folks. I mean, we worked our tails off. Every church I ever served.
Sure.
And now I just get to go and enjoy the celebration as being a member of a church as opposed to having to put it all together.
Yeah.
And it's still just as incredible.
That's cool.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That's really cool. Good. I'm glad Easter was good.
Yeah, it was. Thanks.
Yeah,
Speaking of other good things, let's talk about baseball.
What? I need a nap. I need a nap.
There's some things
I
that never
saw
get
this.
old. Easter sunrise service being one of them. The other one being opening day for baseball. Well, some are going, wait, dude, opening day was like a week ago. Not for all teams. Sometimes you start on the road. So, Thursday, the Mariners going through their pregame pageantry in Minnesota where the Twins were hosting their home opener. You've got the national anthem. You've got like the rockets flying overhead. Everybody's freaking out.
Jets.
And the home of the bald eagles flying over.
Jets fly over.
Woo! Bald eagle.
If rockets fly over, we'd
where's
be
the
freaking out.
Where's that bald eagle going? What is that bald eagle doing?
He's landing on the back
of a pitcher. This is my favorite thing I've ever
I
seen.
saw this. This is actually what I was going to ask you if you saw when I saw on the news this morning.
Seattle Mariners pitcher James Paxton is apparently a man who is just more American than everyone else because on Thursday, the Mariners, just going through that pregame pageantry when the Twins are throwing out all the fireworks and all the chaos and the crazy, enter the bald eagle. A bald eagle is swooping down. They always do that during the national anthem. It's like, look at that, our bird. And then like the little falconeer guy is like with the glove, except he was like over by like the diamond, and Paxton was like in the outfield, just got his hand over his heart with his hat in hand, and the bald eagle circled him and then landed on his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh man,
dude. Props to Paxton because bald eagles are giant and terrifying.
Their talons are so
If you
sharp.
watch the video, he's actually pretty chill. Like, homie is cool as a cucumber as this giant bald eagle circles the field and then like he stops, boop, down in the center field, and then he looks up and he kind of sees the pitcher, Paxton, and then he's like, you know what? Your shoulder looks dope, and pops up. I love this.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm trying to get on your shoulder,
it's like, bro, let me get on your shoulder. What's the problem, yo? What's the problem?
And Paxton didn't move.
He didn't move.
He stays there for the national anthem
with his hand over his heart. Listen, football players, you freaking kneeling during my national anthem? I got a baseball player here who just won up to you with a bald eagle landing on his shoulder, and he still kept his hand over his heart. America! And that is why national pastime for this great nation will always be baseball.
Put me in, Coach.
He was the starting pitcher
I'm ready
Thursday
to
for the Mariners.
Man.
So
I wonder how his arm feels.
Yeah, right.
My first question was, how badly punctured is he from the talons of the eagle landing on his back?
On his pitching arm. So,
Sorry, my curveball's a little off today.
Yeah.
I had a bald eagle land on my shoulder. Can you get workman's comp for that?
Dude.
Yeah, those talons are
Gosh.
no joke.
If that's not an American injury, I don't know what is.
Because the guy that's dealing with the bald eagle, like the trainer guguy, he's got like a special leather
Like a
thing.
glove.
on
Oh,
his
yeah,
arm.
dude, those talons are no joke.
Yeah.
I've seen Jurassic Park. Velociraptors, they will murder you.
Murder
you. Moving on.
They will kill you dead. Kill you dead.
That's right, man.
Speaking of America, I just want to do feel-good stories as we go out today. We only got about 10 minutes, and I'm feeling good. So, someone in New Jersey hit the Mega Millions jackpot last Friday for $521 million.
Guys, it wasn't me. Darn it.
Last we checked, they still haven't come forward, but we do know where the ticket was sold. A dude named Amir Krass owns a gas station in Riverdale, New Jersey. Wait, there's really a Riverdale? I had no idea.
I didn't either.
Is that where Archie really lives?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to Google it later.
As the store owner, he's getting a $30,000 check from the lottery for selling the winning ticket.
Oh.
Well, instead of keeping all the money for himself, he decided, what's more American than this? As an owner of a small business, I would like to just applaud my employees who fight the good fight day in and day out at this 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Slinging Slurpees and gasoline and dealing with all the crazies at 3 o'clock in the morning. So instead of keeping the money for himself, he's splitting it evenly with all 10 of his employees.
That's amazing.
On top of that, he's also giving a portion of it to charity.
Wow, what a good guy.
He actually promised them he'd do it before he knew how much he was getting. He says he didn't realize it would be such a big check. $30,000 was more than he was expecting, but he's following through on his promise anyway and splitting it with his employees.
That's great.
And with the charity.
Oh, no way!
America.
That's so cool, man.
America.
Very proud.
Well, the good news lasted 2 stories because here comes the next one. You remember how I just told that story about like convenience store workers and the things they have to deal with?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Is this
Boy,
somewhat
do
related?
I have a story for you. 2 kids in Daly City, California walked into a convenience store last week and tried to buy beer with a trick usually reserved for the Muppet movie.
I wish did they have a picture of this?
I don't see a picture. I'm really, really mad because
it
come
seemed
on.
like a good thing at the time.
Yeah. You know that old trick where 2 people walk in the store and one of them gets the attention of the cashier and the other one grabs it and runs out the door? The old, like, what is that called?
Misdirection.
Yeah.
You distract them, I'll steal it.
Misdirection. Stole it. There. Okay. Nope. Well, these kids tried a different approach. One of them sat on the other dude's shoulders and they wore a giant trench coat.
Oh my gosh.
Clearly, they did not do a great job on the disguise because, oh my gosh.
That's not it. Remember, this was the Black Panther?
It's 2 dudes in a trench coat with a child's face. I mean,
the only video I could think of was it came out when Black Panther came out.
Yeah.
2 kids did this
to try and buy one ticket to the movie,
and it was hilarious. It went viral.
Yeah. Did it work?
No, it didn't work. They didn't give them. They had to pay for 2.
Okay. Side note: the clerk, no dummy out there in California, denied them even after they told him they were an undercover detective.
Oh my gosh. Man.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I'd heard it all, but this one takes the cake.
Oh man.
You know, Roseanne
they tried
said
to steal
it best.
cake too?
Roseanne said it best. Kids are just stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
It's true.
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Gosh.
Oh man.
Moving.
What's your excuse when you're an adult, though?
Okay. Well, it's because we were just talking Easter, man. God's not done with you like ever.
I'm glad.
So no matter what you're going through, somehow God finds redemption.
Even if you're putting yourself through it.
Yes. Like seriously.
No
so,
way.
Yeah. I think I'm over being shocked when humans do really, really stupid things because we're all capable of stupidity.
Yeah.
It's true.
Right, Conor McGregor? So bummed. But I am still bummed.
We are all one decision away from stupidity.
Yep. Mine was coming to work this morning. I'm just kidding.
Well, I, for one, am glad that you did, Steve-O.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Without realizing you were still in pain, I gave you an extra hard hug this morning when I greeted you at the door.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy, though, is like I'm not, people, you see them, they're like cracking their necks or popping their back or whatever. I'm not one of those dudes. And my back, like my body is just popping on its own. Like, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Out of whack, y'all.
Yeah.
So,
when you're my age, that just happens without having to have an accident.
Yeah. You have different accidents now. I mean, it depends.
So far.
Stop it. Stop it.
Thank you.
No, I can't wear Depends because I can't fit my skinny jeans over top of them. So I can't wear.
Moving on. And speaking of children being stupid. Hot new online challenge. You ready for the next newest one?
Hit me. What is it?
Sneaking into a store and trying to spend the night there.
Yes, let's do it, guys.
Yeah.
Sam, you in?
Yeah. Which one?
Well, nothing says America like getting arrested for the first time because you were trying to go viral for having a sleepover at a Long John Silver's.
Oh my, why would you do a Long John Silver?
Well, apparently the hot new trend is called the 24-hour overnight challenge. And apparently children are stupid because overnight usually only takes about 8. So 24-hour overnight
24
challenge?
hours?
That doesn't make any sense. Basically, you sneak into a store before it closes and you try and stay there overnight without getting caught. Obviously, the stores do not want you to do this, and you can get arrested for trespassing or worse, burglary if you're caught.
Entering, right.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of places have the motion sensors inside, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried this one time. Unfortunately, I picked a 24-hour Walmart, so it never closed. So it wasn't quite the same response.
That's good, Sam. That's good.
Sadly, this is actually going viral, and there's videos posted like, here's Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's, Toys R Us, Best Buy, a trampoline park.
That'd be fun. Wait, what?
No, that's so stupid.
Send your emails.
Sadly, in February, an 11-year-old boy from Britain actually caused a massive police hunt after he disappeared while attempting to sleep overnight at an IKEA store.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not.
Walmart spokesman told the Journal it has been dealing with the issue of unwanted overnight guests for more than a year now, with the toilet paper aisle being the main hideout of choice. That's so weird to me.
Well, because it's softer.
This is stupid. Okay. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
All right. If you've learned anything from our show, just don't be dumb and you'll survive, okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of things not to do.
Mm-hmm. And finally, a member of the Starmy said, hey, Steve-O, where can we get a Brody Jeter jersey? That kid's a slugger, man.
There
he
you
had
go.
his first T-ball game yesterday. His second hit went all the way to the wall, bro.
No way.
It was awesome. I love it. He's got Jeter on his back, and it's really cool. We were playing the Yankees, and the Yankees manager was like, is that really your last name? And he became the coolest kid in the world. It's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, Brody.
Thank you.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite person, Brody?
That was definitely Dex.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Sam Swan.
Yeah.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Love you. Have a great week, man.
You too.
Starmy, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
You are my strong tower.
Cutlass in concert. Cutlass at Inn of the Mountain Gods on Friday, May 11th. Dove award-winning band Cutlass. Information and tickets are available at inofthemountaingods.com.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Minors must be accompanied by an adult. Inn of the Mountain Gods supports Star 88.
Prayer should be much more than just a habit. It should be an integral part of an exciting relationship with God. But do you ever find yourself asking, how should I pray? When the disciples asked,